Okay. Let's start it. Just go for it. Fucking send it. Fucking send it, boys. We're here. We're queer? What's the definition of that now? I don't know. We're queer? I mean, there's the ye old definition for it being queer meaning strange, and then queer was meaning somebody who was homosexual, and then I don't know. You know, because there's we're here, we're queer, get used to it, but I'm not queer in the homosexual sense. I'm certainly strange though, so if we're using the ye olde sense, I'm definitely queer, and you better get used to it. But we are here. We are doing the live stream. Let me go find the link here. Can I like view on? I'll just copy the video here off. That'll work. Just go ahead and do it. Send it. View on. I'll just copy the video here off. Go. Just sorry, I'm putting together a tweet here, so get out. Oh, don't forget to put Justice for Acne, as it's pertinent to acne. Not the whole stream. Ideally, not the whole stream like it was last night. Alright, so we should be good to go. Let me just get my chat out here, where it needs to be. Where it needs to be. Let's see, I'm gonna put this in motion. Oh, fuck. Okay, I guess I'll edit that. There we go. I put something, but the channel I put it in has like a timer for slow mode, which is good. I think once if your Discord reaches a certain level, like some things might need to get put on slow modes. Which honestly, thank God for slow mode on things like Twitch, because I was watching Ackman's stream earlier, and boy, there's so many people. Like it's on slow mode and sits still, just because he's got like 2,000. He's got like over 2,000 viewers concurrently from when I checked in. Alright, sorry, just checking Discord stuff on the side before we get going here. I'm just kind of some time, just checking some stuff. I love the green screen Ackman memes. That's so funny. Those are great. All kinds of stuff you can do with that. Ackman memes is actually something we're going to be showing off today. We got some Ackman memes to see, to laugh at, to enjoy in our darkest hour of YouTube. Okay. Hey guys, Rip the Rage here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to another stream. This one, I don't know, I just felt like doing this one. So I'd gone out earlier today. That's why like the stream is actually very late tonight. Not that I was even planning on doing one. I just got home and I was like, you know what, it's kind of feels good. Went out with a friend for his birthday. You know, it's the big 3-0 for him, so he's like officially the old man of the group. But no, it's fun. We went to dinner. Went to like a hibachi place, you know, like so it's like where they cook it all in front of you and they do like the onion volcano and stuff like that. It was cool. I didn't pay for anything, which is great because like it was just like I was invited out. His mom paid for it, which is cool. I mean, not that not if I had the money I would have, but it's just like his mom was just paying the whole night and it was like, all right, cool. Actually, we in kind of impromptu went to Top Gun Maverick afterwards. I wasn't even expecting to do that, and his mom was like, "Hey, I want to see it. Have y'all seen it yet?" And only one of us had his roommate, and it was like, "Yeah, no, we'll go see it." And his roommate wanted to see it again. It was like, "All right," and it was a great movie, fantastic. I mean, even like just if you haven't seen the first Top Gun, you'll probably get more out of it than I did if you have seen the first Top Gun, but you can still watch the sequel just fine. The story holds up. There's just some parts of Maverick's like backstory you might be missing. But again, they kind of recap it. They kind of infer it. There's some flashback moments where it's like, oh, we get it. This was this and this. So if I go back and watch the first one, it's gonna be kind of like when George Lucas did the Star Wars prequels. You already know where the story's going. You already know it's gonna play out later, but you get that fun like, oh, that's where this and this came from. That's where those references came from, or these characters. But no, I mean it's a great movie. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, just I felt like doing some stream. Like I figured I streamed the other 2 times. I want to stream again. We got some takes ready and fired up, ready to go. I didn't write anything down. That's all in my brain, but you guys get it. And yeah, I was actually playing with the lighting before this. It's still on the right light setting for my webcam. Just because I don't have like you guys can tell the lighting in here. It's like ceiling light from here, and it is bouncing the wall light from here, which is white. But I need something more reflective to sit right here so that I can wash the other side of my face in light and like cover myself in it basically. Um, and that's basic stuff. That's what my degree was for. But yeah, we're here. We're doing stuff. I don't know why I clicked that. We're supposed to be looking at Ackman, but actually no. Let's appreciate this art. Who's this art? I think this is Poison Ivy that somebody did. Poison Ivy issue 4 cover. That's pretty cool. It's a cover for an Ivy comic. That's fun. Shout out to those people. I mean, just nice art. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna cover a bit on the Ackman. Just touch on it real quick, and then I've got some other stuff that's not like super specific. It's just more of a general vibe of something that's been annoying me. So we'll get into that. We'll see how long it takes to get into that, depending on, like just for clearance. Like I've checked on Ackman today. I've checked on Quantum. Ackman's streaming a bit on Twitch. If you guys want to go over there and support him, the acting male. It's not actually Ackman. It's the acting male on Twitch. So you guys want to go check out his streams. It's kind of fun. Everybody's just kind of in there. When I was in there, he was clowning on some guy being this guy. So we're gonna look at this video and basically clown on this like we clowned on some of Quantum's videos, just because it's fun. It's fun to break down somebody's like their bad takes or their complete and utter lies. Which there you go. But yeah, no. Let's start with the Ackman. We got some stuff that he's posted. This is just something weird that he posted. Like the end of this is like the JFK assassination. Like this is like the intro to a video. I guess this thing is like stuff that's like I don't know, random video intros that they post that are from weird videos. And like the end of it, like the actual video it goes to is JFK and assassination with like the worst font ever. Like clearly a shit post of some sort made with Windows Movie Maker or something. But yeah, let's scroll down a little bit here and we'll cover the Ackman. This is a good meme. I like this meme. I saw this on his community page on YouTube before I actually saw it over here. But this is fun. I'm gonna retweet this. This is funny. So it's obviously Quantum over here. Just no, you can't just expose me for ban evading. The acting Chad, as we know him, the act attorney. Haha, wave back machine go brr. Like, it's something about it. It's so simple. The Wojak memes, so simple, so poignant. We love it. So this is actually the tweet we see in here. I didn't even know Ackman tweeted this because, like I said, I've been gone for a minute. That's YouTube. That's not what we're looking at. Well, not yet. We're about to look at that. But this is funny because this is like a tweet that he threw out, and apparently this other guy got pissed. He wanted to defend Quantum and make drama bullshit. I mean, hey, you want to make videos on it? That's what I'm doing. That's what everybody else is doing. You're free to do that, but also you're free to get clowned on, which is about to happen. I mean, Ackman already clowned on you on his Twitch. It's gonna be clipped and shipped. I mean, it's, but there it is. There it is. So this says, this is from the Ackman. It says, if you are with a news or media organization and are working on a story about the current situation, if you would like to comment or interview with me, please feel free to DM me on Twitter, and I will try to make whatever time I can for you. Cool. We're gonna retweet that because it's entirely sensible, right? It's like he's making sure that if anybody wants to write an article about this, because as we saw in the last stream, news articles are starting to pick this up. Big media's really about to hook into this, and when that happens, he's probably going to be flooded with emails like, hey, can we get an interview? Can we do this? We want to talk to you about it. Whatever. I'm sure that'll happen. I'm sure it'll happen to Quantum, too. I mean, it happens whenever these news things happen. It's not even biased. It's not like, oh, they go to one guy and they don't go to the other guy. I mean, it depends on the source. But most of the time, they want to get all the information they can from both parties. And then sometimes they might twist it for more dramatic effect. But, that's usually what it is I'm sure Ackman will get something. Quantum will get something. Other people adjacent to it, like Augie, might get something where people, they might come in and ask him a couple questions, like, what was this? What was that? Can you send us like some direct quotes? Can we quote you on that? So that's usually how news stories unfold. So this just makes sense. This is preempting something that is definitely going to happen. This is like the tweets from earlier where he's like, hey, if my shit gets shut off, it's been an honor, guys. Like that's things that are inevitable. It's the writing on the wall. So, this makes sense. I would do this if I was in an Ackman situation. I'd be like, hey, just letting everybody know I'm available if you want to, and it's not like he's like reaching out to them. It's like, hey, you guys are free to DM me. We can set up a time, don't don't be afraid to talk to me. I mean, that's like with you guys on here, right? Like a lot of people want to send me stuff. I'm like, hey, my Twitter DMs are always open. There you go. I posted my Discord before in the chat. If you guys want to link up with me on there, that's entirely fine. I've made it obvious where you guys can contact me, how you can contact me. I mean, my shit's just, I'm available. I'm not saying do it. I'm never saying do this, do that to you guys. It's just if you want to do something, go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you no. Okay, and this is another one. So again, I was out. I went to dinner. I watched a movie. I was out for a while, so a lot of this I didn't see. Um, so Ackman went on. This was 6 hours ago. He said, "I would rather YouTube be a better platform without me than a terrible platform with me." Noble, and that's why I continue to speak out, even if it means I might never again be monetized. Content creators should not live in constant fear of being next on the chopping block. Absolutely true. I can actually reference something like that because I have a guy who, when I came back, I was, checking up on the situation. And this guy posted a video where it's just a quick 3-minute video where he's like, hey, I support the Act Man. This is great. This is not okay. Here's some other videos for, information, justice for Act Man. Like, this is just another guy. But the interesting thing is that this guy has like 3.8. He's pushing 4K, which is great. Congratulations, man. But I mean, I have 2.27, I think, something like that. Like I like to just round it out. We'll just say like 2,200. I don't like to do this points thing when it's lower. Just say 2,270 or 71, 72. Like, it's small enough in the numbers where you don't need to. When you get up to like millions, it's like, okay, put like 1.5 mil, and then there you go. That just makes more sense because then it's a larger number. But this guy's just saying it. Everybody's coming in supporting him because he's supporting the Act Man. We're all supporting Act Man together, and so obviously, there you go. But this is basically the same thing that Act Man was tweeting over here, which is, it's like, hey, if that's the price to pay, that's the price to pay. If it has to be me, if not us, then who? Like who's gonna stand up for it? So I went ahead and I told him, as someone with a similar subscriber count, no monetization, I feel you. Got no skin in this game other than making YouTube a better place. If my channel gets taken out for the cause, then so be it. I've been upfront about this as well. This is exactly what I've told you guys before. Just told it to him. It's like, hey, it's interesting that he's got about the same subscriber count, the same mentality. In this video, he's like, if I get taken out for it, great. At least I went out you went out with your boots on, essentially. I mean, he didn't say that, but it's the vibe of it. So if anyone doesn't understand that reference, it's that you go out fighting, right? That's the turn of phrase, the analogy, like whatever you want to call it. It's you went out fighting, you went down swinging because you went out with your boots on, right? And actually, let's look up the etymology of that. Went out with your boots on. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's you go out with your boots on, you'll die with your boots on, kind of the same thing. And any referring to dying while fighting or to die while actively occupied, employed, working, or in the middle of some action, right? A person who got their boots on keeps working to the end, right? That's basically it. If you never heard that before, that's your crash course in dying with your boots on, Yeah. I mean, dying is a hard one. I like to say you go out with your boots on. There's actually there's a song. What is it? What is it? There's a song. I don't remember. It's a country song, and it's like it's like about going out with your boots on, but with a jukebox. There's something about it. Hold on, jukebox, boots on. What is this song that I'm thinking of? Yeah, prop me up beside the jukebox if I die. That's the one. I don't think that's like. Let's check the lyrics because I don't think the lyrics are actually involving that, like the whole die with your boots on thing. Ain't afraid of dying, it's the thought of being dead. I want to be, yeah, I'm not going to sing this, it's just all the lyrics. Let my headstone be a neon sign, let it burn in memory of all my good times, fix me up on the mannequin, just remember I like blondes. And this was before the whole, like, craze of people, like, getting themselves, like, taxidermied. Like, that's a thing. It's a really weird thing. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you were a loved one go through that and it's like, hey, taxidermy me and make me look like I'm watching TV, like, hey, cool, you want to spend your money on that before you die? Get that set up? Great. You can memorialize yourself in any way, shape, or form. Me, I'm personally on the sort of Klingon side of things, is the body is a vessel. Once the person's dead, the body really doesn't matter. You just chuck it and forget it. But, that's just me. That's my own thing. A lot of people have different beliefs, or a lot of different people have different beliefs, let's say. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, this is the line I was thinking of, the fill my boots up with sand. That's the line that was kicking off in my head when I was thinking about the boots. So it's if I remember the melody correctly, it's prop me up beside the jukebox if I die. Lord, I wanna go to heaven, but I don't wanna go tonight. Fill my boots up with sand, put a stiff drink in my hand. Prop me up beside the jukebox if I die. Swear to God, if I get copyright striked by like UMG Music or something like that bullshit, if I somehow get in trouble for that, just for fucking humming it, we gonna have words, YouTube. We gonna have words in a courtroom, okay? Because that is ridiculous. That's exactly why I didn't play it. Because it's not my song. I didn't do it. Fuck you. But yeah, no, I mean that's just a song that popped in my head just when I think of like going out with your boots on. That's it has nothing to do with that, but it's the same concept. Like he just wants to keep having a good time. It's like fuck it, put me, I'm remember me as like the party guy. Also, One in Every Crowd is another great song. There's one in every crowd that brings a party and it's out. I would love to sit here and listen to songs with you guys. I really would, but damn, copyright be a bitch. And I can't even just sit here and just like vibe with you guys and listen to songs. Like I would love to do a karaoke night. I would love to sing some of these songs just poorly and probably drunk. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll go fuck ourselves because YouTube decides to hand corporations a bunch of copyright nonsense. Anyway, but no, yeah, Visac, this guy, if you guys feel like going and subscribing to him, I don't know, let's check out some of his other content just to like we did with the other guys. We want to check it out. Just we don't want to support him just because he's supporting Appian. We want to see if he makes cool stuff. He talks about anime games, cool. These are like some anime Zord mech things in the background. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Midnight launches were so much fun, dude. Yes, exactly. Okay, I might need to actually look deeper into this guy because that's based. I used to go to some midnight launches for Call of Duty. I think I've done it twice. I did one for Ghosts and one for Infinite Warfare. Both times I dressed up. It was really fun. Might show you guys some pictures of it later. But it was really fun. Like those were fun times. Like now everything's all digital. It's like I don't have a console, so there's no reason for me to even buy physical anymore. And so like it sucks. It really does because like I feel like game stores need to like be throwing more just events, as like, hey, even if you don't, I mean, I guess I could still go for some of these midnight launches, even if I don't even buy the game, I could just hang out. But I don't have to make a whole costume and everything. But that's the fun of it, is I get to dress up. I need to stop looking over here. I'm gonna look over here. But that's the fun of it. I get to dress up. So I'm trying to like figure out where my sight line should be, and it's really annoying because I usually just look over here like at OBS. I don't look up to you guys. I mean, I look up to you guys. You guys are great. I love you. Mwah. But here we are. So this guy looks like to be mostly anime. So if you're into that, I mean, here you go. He's been working at about 3 years. So I think I've been here about 5. So, again, about same amount of time, same amount of content, it seems. I mean, I've done a lot more videos, but my shit was like rapid fire all over the place. Lots of different stuff going on. Half of it's like streams that I've just done here and there. $10,000 Zoid collection? Okay, first off, what is a Zoid? I know what Megazoids are, like from Megazords from Power Rangers, but oh, that's what these ones are. These are Zoids. Okay, I always forget what these ones are called because I always know the mighty Megazords. If we go to like Power Rangers Megazord, like this was the shit. Like there was like a 3-foot version of this thing back in the day, and all of these parts could be like disconnected and turned into the little vehicles, and you'd like transform them into the joints, and you'd click the joints together, and then would form this one, and it would be the mighty Megazord, and it would stand like it was like 3 feet tall. It would like come up to here, So like I need something for scale because you guys don't know how tall I am sitting down. But yeah, no, I mean if it's like it came off the ground a fair bit. At least to a kid. To a kid, it looks huge. To an adult, they're like, it's just a fucking toy. But I mean, it was cool. There was this version of it. This was like the static version that you didn't click it all together. This was like the clickable version that had bendable joints and stuff. It was so fucking cool. Even though this is just like the Mighty Morphin Dinos like Zoid type thing. I don't think this was like my version. I don't think I even had like that specific version. I had a version of it. This is the one from the TV show, though. Like, this is the kind of look it had in the TV show. Actually, what did it... Yeah, just to confirm, what did it look like? Megazord TV show. Let's see. Yeah, that is the version of the TV show. Yo, he's like shooting lightning out of his head. What the fuck? Oh my god, there's been 34... Hold on. There have been 34 Megazords? There have been 34... How many fucking Power Ranger shows are there? We might have to... I might have to do a review of each one. Maybe. I love SPD, by the way. SPD is... I don't remember what SPD stands for. It's like Power Rangers SPD Lightspeed Rangers or some shit. Like, it's crazy. So there's the Mega Dragon Zord. We're off topic, by the way, but it's my stream. Fuck it. I'm gonna talk about what I want. But yeah, there's the Thunder Megazord. You know what? I'm gonna put this on hold. We're gonna go to the Ackman stuff. We'll come back. We can come back to this later for a palate cleanser if we need it, because I'm gonna get into some stuff on this stream. But yeah, here's Visac. If you guys like anime, I guess go check it out. Decide for yourself. I'm not saying just go subscribe to him. But he seems like a cool guy. He even dressed up for his little video. He dressed up. I need to get a suit. I have like some nice dress shirts. Maybe I should make a video to officially support the Ackman. Reaper the legal advisor. Reaper the legal rager. There you go. But yeah, so this is the video we're about to clown on. So here's Ackman doing this, talking about this. Here's his pin tweet. So not much going on. Somebody notification here. Oh yeah, this was fun. So, well, we'll get to that here in a minute. So then YouTube, obviously ignoring the problem as usual. We've come to expect this. This is absolutely YouTube 101. Ignore the problem, hope it goes away. So this was today. They posted some shit about BTS. I don't know. I already didn't give a shit about BTS, and this just makes y'all even more tone deaf. So to all the BTS people, I don't personally have any beef with you guys, right? I have the words muted on Twitter just because I like Twitter without muting the words like BTS or ARMY or STAN or anything to do with that. It's just hard to get through because then a lot of it just keeps popping up for me. So I've had to mute those words. But again, I have nothing against like these guys. They want to like be fans of something. I remember the boy band crazes back in the day. I remember the people simping Britney Spears, which Britney worked very hard. She deserved it. And I'm sure these guys work very hard. And they probably deserve all their fans too. But, it's just like on Twitter, it's a big thing. But it's like, if you guys want to like, be cool, like go get, don't go harass BTS about it. But if you guys are going to be stans about it, if you guys are going to spend a lot of your time on Twitter anyway, like give Ackman a little bit of support, just like justice for Ackman, like get involved with that. If you're a BTS stan, like I know the power of you guys. You guys can ratio the shit out of YouTube if you wanted to. Please feel free to do that. I'm not telling you to, but if you want to, it might be good. It might be fun to see the BTS stands ratio YouTube in the name of Ackman. It would just be funny. Of course, the typical stuff. The whole thread is justice for Ackman. There's like nobody fucking here. Literally this. Like, I don't want to say no more. BTS, me, YouTube. This is exactly it. Even the BTS guys. Like, this guy's got like one of the BTS guys in their profile picture. This is a BTS stan. This is a BTS like support account, clearly, in some way. And like, even they get it. Even they get that YouTube is vapid and they're just being corporate numbnutses, basically, at the time. Stop freezing and deleting my views. Like, some people are getting, like, their views fucked up. I don't know if that's related to Just for Ackman, but even if it's not related, that's still fucked up YouTube. I don't know what they did, but, I mean, clearly it can't be a TOS violation, because Quantum TV, we have proven, has violated the TOS multiple times. So, fix your shit. Well, let's see. Justice for Ackman. Why is Cartman here? How many times do we have to go through this? I know that episode, by the way. That's the episode where they try to form a Christian rock band. Hilarious episode. Back when I used to actually like watch South Park when it was getting new episodes out, like I would literally watch it during that season, and that was back when I was starting to get away from cable, and I still watched South Park at the time, just because it's good. Trey Parker, Matt Stone, you guys are fucking awesome. Let's see. Now I don't know what this is. Y'all snatching those 30 million views away. What the fuck? I have no idea what that is. They beating your ass in the quote retweets. I think this is Sonic, and is this just like, I don't know if this is Shadow. I think it's Shadow with the way the hair goes, but it could be Silver. I don't know dick about Sonic. I just hear about these characters. I know like Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Shadow and Amy, and then Big the Cat, and then the other ones I don't know. And then obviously Eggman, right? Professor Eggman. or Dr. Robotnik rather. Let's see. I think I'm having a bit of trouble. My channel was unfairly demonetized. I don't really know why. Could you help? Justice for Ackman. Yeah. So, see. Hey YouTube, I'm having some issues with your service. Is it the lack of TOS enforcement? Perhaps. So everyone's just clowning on him. This is interesting. So somebody's posted a GIF of, as Breaker would put it, World War II Germany people. Let's just say. So, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely fucked what they're doing. Like, it's definitely, rules for thee, not for me. So, here it is. Us on YouTube. Here's Ackman with the nunchucks. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Why are you deleting and freezing my views? You have to address Quantum and Ackman at some point. Yeah, you have to. Like, look at this. It's fucking everywhere. I mean, half of these are like, I don't know. This one's not in English. I don't know what this is saying. Something about views, I'm sure. Uh, Only post one copy of the tweet. Don't use your YouTube creator's Twitter account to double the post. Yeah, by the way, they did the same thing over here. They posted the exact same shit on 2 different accounts. Like, it's the same fucking tweets on 2 different accounts. Why, YouTube? Why? Why don't you stick to one account? Why do you have multiple accounts? Like, I can understand having Team YouTube, which is official support stuff, but keep that official support stuff, because you guys post shit on Team YouTube that's nothing to do with, like, official support stuff. What's wrong with you? But yeah, so let's see. I put, yeah, my thing. So this was me saying how I was out to dinner. Y'all thought since I went out with some friends, I wasn't still gonna be all over you like white on rice. Lamau, I'm back and I'm still waiting for justice for Act, man. K dropped dinner, with the assist. Love you, man. Thanks for stopping my stream the other day and like K stuck with me for like the whole stream. You're a fucking trooper, dude. You were here for like you were here from like I don't know exactly when you joined, but it was at least like 4 hours. It was at least half the stream, and I'm like, what a trooper, all the way to the end as well. So we got this. I put so this is like tag your army friends so they can see blah 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 blah. So I said tag your friends so they can see that YouTube protected a homophobe during Pride Month, right? Quantum TV is a homophobe. We've proven this. We know this. Let's see. We go to the creators ones. I think I posted some under here as well. We don't give a fuck about this. We want Quantum TV removed and Ackman reinstated. Justice for Ackman. So this was like the side post. So I didn't use as much creative thought in this one. I just said shut the fuck up, basically. Shut the fuck up and give us what we want. Because at that point, it's like I'm not gonna retype the same thing, and I want it to be a little unique per post. So this one's fun. This is the one. Yeah, this is me. This is the one time I will ask this. But BTS Army peeps, how about you guys help us with Justice for Ackman? Like I would welcome your support. Like again, we'll go back to the Legolas Gimli meme. I'm Gimli. It's like I never thought I would get demonetized or I would get banned from YouTube fighting side by side with a BTS stand. What about side by side with a friend? I could do that. I need to make some of these memes. I think that could be fun if we have a stream where I just hop into Photoshop and we like make some of these memes that I've been talking about. That could be kind of fun. I actually saw somebody do that. I saw like in the Ackman Discord, somebody had posted a meme, and it was the For Frodo meme, but it said For Ackman. Exactly what I was saying in the last stream. But yeah, no. So that's just YouTube being clowns as usual. Here's another clown. Don't go harass this guy or anything. I only know this. I only even know this video exists because I happened to check in because they were like, "Hey, Ackman streaming." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll go check out, see what he's talking about. He's just chatting, hanging out, whatever." Oh, this guy's streaming too. That's interesting. We gotta hop in there. Like that's streamception. It's like stream on stream on stream because he's like, I think he's like watching Ackman stream on his stream. So I'm streaming him, streaming Ackman, who's streaming this video. Streamception. So it's kind of interesting. Oh, Heel versus Babyface teamed up with Critical Drinker to talk about Miss Marvel. That's interesting. Let's see. So I actually don't watch Heel versus Babyface that much. I watch Critical Drinker like consistently, but Heel versus Babyface, I don't know. Like, I think it's because he's one of those guys that like you guys have seen me speed people up before. He talks very articulate, but it takes him a minute, and he like has a lot of pauses, so I like to speed him up. So that's why I don't watch too much of his content. Nothing against his content. Like, if that's the way you make it, that's the way you make it. It's no skin off my nose. That's why the double speed's there. It helps you get through stuff. So this is another clown going by the name of mrSEN. He's got 18K. Not bad. Good for you. So let's read the description here. Recently, the Ackman has been making some high IQ plays, but this one has to be the Ackman's highest IQ play by taking to Twitter and reaching out to big media, the most trustworthy people known to man in his grift crusade against YouTube. Buddy, it's not a crusade, and I'm gonna break it down for why. So let's see. We are going to check. We always like to check, make sure our settings are correct for those hard of hearing, or just if I talk over it, then I don't want you guys missing it. So this is the same tweet we read. He's probably gonna read it, so we'll see. Let me we'll vary the audio here.
You are with a news or media organization and are working on a story about the current
Trying
situation.
to get the levels matched up
if you
on
would like
OBS.
a comment or interview with me, please feel free to DM me on Twitter, and I will try to make whatever.
So the stifled laugh is fun. I like the stifled laugh. You guys have seen like when I like read any of like quantum stuff or anything, I don't do that kind of shit because it's completely disrespectful. And like putting on voices and stuff, it's like when the quantum tweet, it's the Alex Jones thing where I said he sounded like Alex Jones. When somebody's saying unhinged shit about Satanists and gay orgies and shit, okay, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like you're gonna get the Alex Jones comparison, just because, duh. But when it's a normal tweet like this, like I don't give anybody's like you don't want to like fuck it up, and you don't want to laugh in the middle of it because again, makes you look bad. There it is.
Can for you. Well, it looks like the Ackman is weaponizing big media now.
The Ackman is weaponizing big media. This is almost on the level of when Quantum TV said that Ackman was weaponizing the gays. Like he was weaponizing the gay community. Send in the tactical gays. Like, again, I've said it before. I would love to see a dude decked out in SWAT armor and like the helmet and everything. Like, just give me a dude in riot gear with a shield, and the shield's like a big like pride flag. Not like the new one, just a normal rainbow one. Nothing wrong with the new one, but I'm just not a fan of the design that much. I think it can have a better design. I think honestly, if you're doing the stripe thing already, I don't know why you wouldn't just include those stripes within it, because it would then all be contained within that community. That's just me though. That's what I would do with it. Like personally, if we look at the flag, I just want to look at the flag real quick. Actually, now that I said something about it, I kind of want to look at it on the flag. So this, which one is the new one? So this was like the one I'm used to, like with all the colors in it. I don't know any of these other ones other than like I think this one's for bi or pan. I'm not sure. This one's I think for trans. I don't fucking know because to me like the whole community is represented in just the rainbow flag, right? It's like the single symbol that represents the greater whole. Like that's the point of a movement is to get everyone to latch on to like one symbol, one identity in the movement, which is again why I don't associate with the movement that much. It's not really a thing that I do of like I'm part of this other than the Justice for Ackman thing, because it's like yes, I want to be associated with Ackman. I want to be in it and I want to say yes, I am part of this. I am one of the many in this instance, right? So that's a movement I don't mind backing, but things that have to do with my sexuality, which is something inherent that I can't change about myself, I chose to be a member of the Justice for Ackman movement, right? I don't really choose, my sexuality. So it's like, that's just, like, that would be like me joining a movement about my skin color or my like, nationality, my background, whatever it is, like, Irish, Scottish, French, whatever, wherever I come from. Like, it would just be kind of like that's like to me that's strange, but to you guys, if you want to be part of this movement, fine. But I would just say stick with this flag because then you do this, and then you have this flag where it's like the rainbow, but now you got this on here. I've never liked this like jutting in like this with the chevrons because that's what it is. If you turn it sideways, it's basically like a bunch of chevrons on top of each other, and I think a better example of that would be to just have like the stripes like this, but you could just add these stripes in between. So you basically take this whole flat, you take, blue, pink, white, right? Maybe do like a little white, a little pink, a little pink, a little blue, right? And again, I could probably edit this real quick, but again, you guys get the idea. It's like take these stripes as they are, take these as normal stripes, and just stick them in with the rest of them, and just have a bunch of stripes going down, or redesign it into something more akin to something like the American flag, where you have the stripes represent one type of thing, and then all the other things are represented in the top left, right? So the American flag, if you guys don't know the symbolism of it, I can break it down for you. Actually, there's an American flag over here. What the fuck is this? Hold on. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I am meant to be. What is this? Whoa, that's badass actually. I love the like severely muscular grip, and it's just got the pride band. That's kind of fun. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know about like conflating the two flags because that can be miscommunication. Not to say it's not American or it's or pride isn't American or anything, like whatever. But I don't know. To me there's something about like just don't mess with like the design of a flag too much just to send a message unless it's like an art piece, you know. Like I guess technically you can say this is an art piece. I don't know, that's just interesting to me. I'm not going to get into it. If you guys want to buy something like that, that's entirely on you. It goes for 30. That's not bad considering like how much clearly went into that design and like how much work the artist clearly had to do in whatever program to get it to print like that and have that depth in it. That's kind of interesting. But wow, there's actually a lot of these. There are a lot of these flags. Holy. Like here you see this one where it's got like the regular colors of like regular like rainbow flag, and then on top of it they put, I think those are for like people of color, I guess is what those are for. Again, I don't have no idea. If someone wants to explain it, feel free to. But yeah, this is the kind of thing I would go for. It's just a bunch of stripes. You know, a bunch of stripes, all of equal length that represent one thing each. You know, like okay, makes sense to me. But no, if you look at the American flag is fun. How did we get onto this? Oh yeah, right. This guy said Ackman was weaponizing the media, so I was talking about weaponizing the gays. It's kind of that same language thing that I went over last stream, where birds of a feather flock. They tend to use the same language. It's kind of interesting. How it's the way. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. So it's if you phrase something very similar to the way someone else is phrasing something, then by definition you're kind of associating with them because you seem to be following the same train of thought, or lack thereof. You know, the train might have derailed, but so is yours. But that's neither here nor there. But no, here's the American flag. So does this have all 50? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2, 3, 4. In how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 6 by 5 is 30, 50. Okay, yeah, because sometimes people might forget a star when they post stuff like this. And if you forget a star, you're leaving off an entire state. You know, like Ohio will be eliminated essentially. But yeah, basically, I mean that's where we're at with this. So the design of this to give you guys an understanding of how symbols and flags work. The American flag has four symbols in it, right? There are four things being represented in the flag itself. So the white stripe, each of these white stripes is representative of the innocence of the American people, right? It is the civilian, it is the all American simple person that goes to work, comes home, hopes they have a decent paycheck, you know, kids, wife, picket fence, nuclear family, the innocence of America, right? The red is the blood of, you know, soldiers, patriots, those that sacrifice for America in order to, you know, preserve the innocence, right? That's why the innocence is next to the blood. It's right next to it, and it's equal in its representation. Essentially, it's that we are equal parts. We are innocent, protected by the sacrifice, right? So the blood of our patriots protects our innocence. Essentially, it surrounds our innocence, just as our innocence, you know, uplifts and surrounds the sacrifice. So you know, you can agree with that or not agree with that type of messaging, but that's what the symbol is. Um, and then there's this blue line represents the US government. So not in the goddamn government, but in an altruistic manner of everything in here is covered by the government. We are part of this, right? We have formed this, you know, we formed this union. What is it the beginning of the Constitution? Uh now we now form a more perfect union, stuff like that. More perfect union. It's in the Constitution, I believe, or it's either the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence. Is no, not that. Is it the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence that has it? I'm pretty sure it's the Constitution. Yeah, it's the beginning of the Constitution. Yeah, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. That would be the peace, right? Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish the Constitution of the United States of America. Right? That's the opening to the U.S. Constitution. So the more perfect union, right? The union is there's a reason union is in blue, because it means a literal union, the union of the United States, right? So that's what the blue represents. That represents the government. So then each of these stars, I think there's 50 stars. You guys can already guess, there's 50 states. As each state was added on, it started as 13 for the 13 original colonies, and as each state became its own thing and we started expanding, it went through some changes over the years, and they would basically just use this design, and then keep adding stars to it over time until we finally ended up with this configuration. So it'll be really interesting if we end up with like Puerto Rico or Costa Rica or any of the like. Again, I don't know exactly the U.S. territories, but you get the idea. We have some U.S. territories that are technically part of the U.S., but technically not. So if they ever apply for statehood and are granted statehood, their star would actually get placed on here, which would actually mean that it would need to be redesigned. Because if you put a star anywhere in this current design, it'll make it lopsided and it won't look right. So we might have to actually like redesign essentially the whole, like at least the top left of the flag. The rest of it might be left alone, but this top portion might be changed to just be something else entirely, but mean the same thing. So yeah, so each of these stars is, one of the 50 states, right? So, there's Florida. It's where I live. Georgia, California, New York, etc., etc., etc. Each one's a state. So that's the four symbols of the United States American flag. Like the United States of America, the flag for us is, the sacrifice of the patriots, the innocence of the American people, the 50 states, each represented by one star each. Why? They are equal. They are supposed to be equal in. They are equal in distribution. They are equal in number, and they are, equal in size. No one is more important than the other, which is the whole point of unity. And then the blue is the government with holding it all together. It is the union. So that's just kind of some flag history for you guys, real quick. It's interesting the variety of flags you can get when you look for just a specific flag. Like you might get the same stuff. Yeah, a lot of these are popular. I when I look up flags, I find these where people have made like, I guess, wrinkly or wavy versions of it. Wait, what is thin? What is the thin green line? I've never seen the green one before. Oh, this one's for Border Patrol, Park Rangers, and why did you put Border Patrol with Park Rangers? Wouldn't you make a? Wouldn't you have put Border Patrol with the thin blue line because that's law enforcement? Why would you associate Border Patrol with the Park Rangers? Park Rangers and conservationists are not the same as Border Control. It's two entirely different. It's two entirely different positions. They both work for the U.S. government, but they're not. Okay. Anyway, back to the main thing. So back to this weaponizing the media, right? Okay, weaponizing the media. He says.
Wonder what could possibly go wrong.
What could go wrong with What could go wrong with weaponizing the media? I mean, yeah, Trump did it. Kind of worked out for him, didn't it? Like, not. And again, Hackman's not weaponizing the media. That's not what's happening here. This guy's a fucking clown. Just to make it clear to this numbnuts, because I'm sure if he sees this, he'll be like, Hackman's sending people after me. He ain't sending shit, buddy. I do what I want. I'm doing it just because it's part of the update process for what happened to Ackman today. So, that's why we're here.
The media has only just, supported people like Amber Heard in the past.
Okay, so now he's likening media to like, oh, the media goes with Amber Heard, and a lot of it has gone with Amber Heard, right? And that's a fact, right? So we can't dispute that fact. Technically, what he's saying is correct. The way he's saying it is supposed to be discrediting it and associating with other things. So that's not, again, that's not what Ackman's doing, and that's not the kind of media he's talking about. You are just completely just, oh my god, it's so fucking clown. That's all I have to say. Just you're like, I'm gonna get it out. We're gonna I think I'm gonna make this like a thing on my channel. Actually, let's do this really quick. I'm gonna put this back up, but for a moment, let me just put like an image in here, and I'm gonna call this stupid. And I'm gonna hit OK, and then I'm gonna go pick it. You guys are probably already gonna know what image I'm gonna put in here, but it would be perfect for this. And like having this on like a hotkey or having it like clickable at a moment's notice would be great. So let's see, miscellaneous. If I go to miscellaneous, we go to, that's the picture I want. Ooh, I have to resize this and change it in the hierarchy. We could probably just right click it and set it to like fill, basically. Transform, copy, flip, fit to screen. Oh, I don't want that. I want to stretch the screen. Uh, stretch to screen. There we go. See, it's not too bad. The stretching's not too bad on that one. But I need to put it over the display, but under everything else. There we go. The problem is my face gets in the way. You know what? I'll just put it over mine because it's not going to be on all the time. You know, so I'll just like toggle this on whenever I feel like it. So basically, this guy, everything I hear from this guy currently is just that was fucking stupid. I would love to have a soundbite. I'd love to go get the that was stupid soundbite of Ackman. Let's see. Oh, actually, Fudge is joined. Hello, Fudge. What's up, dude? Fudge the gamer, my guy, my Bohemian Rhapsody. How you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. He just joined. He said, just saying this, Quantum TV is trying to ignore this whole situation. If you look at his recent community posts on his channel. I mean, yeah, I've been kind of keeping up with that. I checked it before stream, but I mean, if he said something next to it, I mean, it's probably. What about me? I'm having actually a pretty great day. Yeah, no, I mean, other than dealing with this nonsense,
Today,
but this is kind of fun to me at this point because it gives me sort of a vent, gives me and it gives me a reason to stream. Honestly, it gives me not that I wouldn't stream other like games and stuff because I do that like obviously, but yeah, look at the comments too. Yeah, I mean it's all the same shit. I went over this at the end of Fudge. I don't know if you caught the last stream, but the end of last stream I went over this shit where like he's taunting YouTube at this point. Not much to say. I mean, you look at this. This one was weird. I called this one out as well, and he seems to have called it as well. So I don't know. Again, in the moment I assumed it was about a character that was in the Jurassic World series that was friends with Chris Pratt's character. So I thought it was directed at that particular character. This might be closer. Quantum seems to be taking it as something against him, which is very possible. And on the internet, probably likely, there's a lot of racist idiots just running around because anonymity feeds them. But here we are. I know you didn't like it just by this post, like again, it's just all of this. Like, all right, cool. He wants to make a Jurassic World video, fine. It has nothing to do with anything. Like, he's free to do that. That's his thing. But yeah, no, Fudge, I'm having a pretty good day. I hung out with my buddy. It was his birthday, so we went out and we went to like a hibachi place where they like cook it in front of you type stuff, like on the grill. And then we went to see Top Gun, the new Top Gun Maverick movie. We weren't expecting to do that, but his mom was like, "Hey, have you guys seen it yet? You want to go see it?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, you want to go see it?" We were all down for it, so it was great. I love that. Like, it's a great movie. Go see it. And go see it in theaters. Make sure you go. Like, don't wait for it like on home streaming or whatever. Like, go support it. It's a great movie, and it's great. It like the rumble of the theater, like getting under your chair. It's so good. Like jets flying around. It's a great movie, man. It's just nice. Tell me said happy birthday. I will. I will do that.
And trying to make honest people like Johnny Depp look terrible. So this is
Right. So by saying that, honest people like Johnny Depp, by saying that, he's attempting to associate media with dishonesty, which mostly right. But by doing that, it's like a guilt by association thing. He's saying media dishonest. Therefore, Ackman courting the media, in his view, that's what Ackman's doing. But to him, Ackman's seeking out media attention. That's what he thinks Ackman is doing. Yeah, not really, no. But okay, working on his train of thought, what he's trying to do is discredit Ackman by saying Ackman's action of courting the media is dishonest because the media itself is dishonest. That's the tactic he's trying to use to get people on his side. That's exactly what it is. I mean, again, I can break down all of this, dude. These people think they're clever. They're not. I mean, when you think about any of this rationally, like don't test me on this shit because I am literally like the dude that can break down any film, any show. I will find the flaws in the script, the continuity errors. You hand it to me and I will fucking break it down and I will make something that's a masterpiece like Godfather. I can find problems in it. I can analyze all kinds of stuff. So that's what makes these streams interesting.
100% a great idea, 100% high IQ play by the Ackman totally doesn't show how stupid or petty he is as a human.
So, he's stupid, he's petty. Okay, makes, fair enough. You want to level insults against the man? I mean, sure, I've been doing that to Quantum. I call him stupid. I call him petty. Fair enough.
Being. But let's see what happens. Oh, something's already happening? What? That was quicker than expected. Oh, wow.
So this is the funniest part. I laughed at this when I was on Ackman's stream. He was watching this guy's video and he was talking about like what we covered last night in stream, which is the Sports Skeet article, which went straight for the throat. It had no chill, and the author was based as fuck. Like, he gave the truth and nothing but the truth, so help him God, and it was fantastic. But yeah, like, basically, this guy's taking the antithetical approach to what I was saying. Last night on stream, I was saying this article's based as fuck, it's great, yada yada yada. It's truthful, He's taking the exact opposite approach of, this is bullshit, this is bull, and you're gonna see he literally just lies at least one point. Again, I haven't seen the whole thing, that's why we're watching it, but I caught a piece of it on Ackman's stream, and I didn't know you existed, bud, but now here we go.
Oh, media's already making hit pieces on YouTube.
So, he's calling it a hit piece. It's not a hit piece. It's called fucking journalism. God damn. Like, it's called journalism, buddy. When someone reports facts and evidence and tells people what's really happening, that's called journalism. Now, again, can you say a lot of media is dishonest or they practice yellow journalism, which is I'll get a definition for you guys for anyone who's not familiar. Just because the definition itself would helps. I can explain it, but it's here. Yellow journalism and yellow press are American terms for journalism associated newspapers that present little or no legitimate, well-researched news while instead using eye-catching headlines or increased sales. Anybody on the internet in this century has experienced this. You call it clickbait, drama, tabloids, you can call it anything. Those all fall under the concept of yellow journalism. Basically, techniques may include exaggerations of news events, scandal mongering, sensationalism, like making things mountain out of a molehill, man. That's just blowing things out of proportion, all that. Yellow journalism usually refers to sensationalist or biased stories that newspapers present as objective truth. Established late 19th century journalists coined the term to belittle the unconventional techniques of their rivals, right? So, yellow journalism was born, or at least the concept of it. So, that's basically, he is accusing Sportskeeda of being yellow journalism, which it's not. All it does is state facts about the case. And it doesn't shy away from the fact that they are facts, and they're not those facts aren't changing.
The media was already going at YouTubers pretty hardcore for the coverage of Johnny Depp, right? Because, media was...
I don't know about that, but we'll see. I can't speculate on that. I don't keep up with media on stuff like that. I just watch YouTube videos and I check out the memes, and then Johnny Depp won. Yay. So that's about it. I don't keep up a lot with traditional media. So if they are talking about it, I don't read those articles. I don't see them. Not for like blinders on or anything. I don't keep up with this stuff that much. The only reason I even knew about these articles was because somebody in my chat even told me they existed. So,
siding with Amber Heard. So, yeah, I mean,
that's possible.
Again, it's possible. It totally makes sense that Ackman is trying to get the media to go after YouTube, right?
No, he's not doing that.
It's not really
what he's not doing. He's not doing that. So we're gonna read the tweet again because you're a fucking clown. And we're gonna read the tweet again. So we're gonna go check Ackman's channel directly. Oh, I got a notification here on something. I hate when Twitter doesn't do it too well. What is this? Oh yeah, no. Somebody was talking in a thread about Ackman. This was on this is the thing about JStation. And this guy said, look at it this way, do what Angry Joe does, just don't enable ads anymore. Rely on Patreon, get sponsors like before. This way you can give YouTube the big middle finger for ad support. With the subs and supporters you have, I'm sure. But again, forest for the trees. It's not about the money, it's the fact the money was taken away. It's the principle. It's the action YouTube took against Ackman that shows their corruption and shows that it is a conspiracy to take him out because they don't like that he was airing their dirty laundry. That's exactly what it is. Oh, Homelander's trending. Must be in the boys' interesting this season. That's good. Not that it wasn't interesting in the first 2 seasons. Great show, but good to see that season 3's doing well. But if we go back to the actual tweet from Ackman about the media, well, we covered this earlier, but I'll just have it on the side here. Where did it go? There it is. So we'll just have this on the side to refer back to because this is the one he wants to refer to. We'll refer to it in real time. We'll call him the clown that he is, and we'll show it. If you are if with a news or media organization and are working on a story about the current situation, if you would like a comment or interview with me, please feel free to DM me on Twitter, and I will try to make whatever time. So what did this guy just say?
Ben is trying to get the media to go after YouTube, right?
He's not doing that. Nowhere in this fucking tweet does it say it. So basically, what you just said, I mean, what do you want?
Because that's what it's about. It's not really about truth or any of that shit.
It's literally about the truth that you deny, the truth that Quantum TV has violated the TOS multiple times, in multiple ways, against multiple people, and there has been no punishment.
Otherwise, the media wouldn't be supporting, a domestic abuser like Amber Heard.
Okay. So he's really harping on this Amber Heard part. 10% of his video has contained, him being like, the media is bad because Amber Heard. Well, yeah, the media don't always get it right, Chief. But there are legitimate journalists that do talk about the truth. Now, the media may twist the truth a lot of the times. They might outright lie in some cases. But most of the time, they are reporting facts. Maybe not on the national level. Local news, sure. National news, yeah. National news likes to play it up. CNN, Fox, those guys like to fuck with it. Local news, they tend to just get straight to the facts because they have a lot of shit to cover and they don't spend time on too many things. They're like, this thing, that thing, moving on. I should know. I was actually on the local news once. It was kind of fun. They actually interviewed me about my campus. There was some weird shit happening with the funds and the dean got in trouble or something, and so they fired him and they had to replace him with somebody else, or the dean or the president of the whole college. I don't know, some building got built with funds that were supposed to go to something else, and I'm like, so they asked me about it, and I was like, hey, I think that's great leadership to be like, hey, if I'm the bad guy, I'll leave, y'all want to get rid of me, cool. Kind of the same thing Ackman's doing, actually, where he's like, hey, if it takes me going up on the cross to get YouTube to do something, right, and fix it, if I gotta be the sacrificial lamb, I'll take it, But I mean, I could talk about that story another time. Me being on the local news, it was just kind of fun. That was kind of fun that they just decided to interview me. It worked out that I happened to be the only person on campus, and so they asked me a couple general questions, and then they were like, "Oh, you'd be perfect." Again, I'm not going to go into the full story, but yeah, it was fun.
But oh wow, I guess the Ackman really does know what's good. I mean, this kind of just looks like, if the ship has to go down, everybody has to go down, right? In a sense.
What does that mean? What ship? The ship of YouTube? I mean, sure. If I'm on a ship and, one of the guys on the ship is, harassing people and touching them in their sleep while we're all trying to sleep and doing horrible things. If there's that one guy on the ship and the captain refuses to do something, do you know what happens to a captain on a ship when the whole rest of the crew, or at least a significant portion of the crew, does not agree with what the captain is saying and doesn't trust them? It's called a mutiny, and they take over the ship because they see that the captain is heading for disaster. Now, again, mutinies are very rare because a lot of the times the people in charge of ships are competent. They don't just get to be captain for no reason. And they might not be the nicest guy, but they usually don't get the crew killed. That's bad for business.
I guess that would be the only logic behind this, I would think. Let's take a look at the article and see what it entails.
So he's going to go through the article like I did. So this video is only 3 minutes. I doubt you could read I mean, if he's just skimming through it, yeah, but if he's stopping to talk, I doubt you could read the entire article in 3 minutes. But maybe he's a speed reader. We'll see. That could be impressive.
How unbiased and how trustworthy the media is. Oh, the article features a...
So he's already jumped straight to... So if we want to go back to the Sportskeeda article, We can go back to that. I'm gonna scroll really quick because there's somebody named at the top. So he's already skipped the preamble, right? Which is this. YouTube. Like he skipped the part where it said they failed to inform the TOS. He might go back to it. I don't know, but he wants to start here, so we're starting here, right? Other content creators being attacked by YouTube because of me. There you go.
Fake tweet with no substantiated evidence behind.
Ackman already bodied you on this fact. I know you know because you made this pissy little live stream because you got called out. But, he already clowned on you for it, so I don't think I need to. But, I mean, to name a few, Camelot 331, Review Tech USA, there's been multiple others. I mean, like, Ackman himself has the receipts that, yeah, other people are being affected by this because just for supporting Ackman. So, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you say like that's the thing though. He's this is an outright lie. Like, oh, there's nothing corroborated. No, the Ackman is proof of this. You're intentionally lying to people.
Find it as a source. I still don't know of any content creator who's being quote unquote attacked.
That's because your brain doesn't work and you don't have eyeballs. Those glasses. That's probably what the sunglasses are for. They probably hide the empty eye sockets where his eyeballs should be. Like, that's why you don't know about it because you don't see it. John Cena over here.
Probably
Can't see
because Ackman makes a bunch of impulsive, definitive statements without anything to really back it up other than his fifis.
Okay, so Ackman himself on his stream said this, but I'm gonna reiterate. Ackman owned up to yeah, I make rash statements. Yeah, sure. Every fucking person does. You can't tell me that you haven't done that, mrSEN, right? You can't fucking tell me you haven't done that. Like, every single person on the planet, on average, they're probably averaging at least one rash statement per day. Now, again, in real life, we tend to have a filter, right? And again, you want to have that filter online as well. But the filter is usually, who am I surrounded by? What kind of consequence could this net me, etc., etc. So your brain does all of that because it's conditioned to do that. On the internet, it's type text, hit send. So there's less of a filter there. You have to pay more attention to what you're saying. Which, again, the Ackman's owned up to. He says, yeah, I make rash decisions, whatever, or I make rash statements, or I jump to making statements. Which, again, I jump to making statements all the time. It's why I have a hard time playing online games, because a lot of the time, I'll see my teammate not doing something right that's very fundamental to the core gameplay, and I'm like, dude, the fuck? Like, I will jump to just calling them an idiot, because it's like, dude, this is basic stuff, and if you're anywhere beyond level 5 in a game, it's like you played the game a bit, you should know this. When it's simple things, very simple things. But yeah, I mean, it's rash statements. That's something everybody does. It's Ghosty says, hello there, General Kenobi. Actually, let me hit you with it real quick. I'm gonna make this official. Let's see. If I can just find, the one part. Oh, well, it's gonna be the whole... Let's see if I can just get to that part.
General Kenobi.
That one's for you. that one's for you, Ghosty. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah. So, back to this.
And later has to walk them back. I just find it weird.
He doesn't walk them back. He doesn't. What he does is he made the only really bad statement he made was that was uncouth was the satirical doxing tweets on Twitter, right? He made jokes about doxing YouTube employees, which he didn't name anyone specific. It was obviously a joke. Everyone agrees it's a joke. YouTube is just trying to get Ackman out of here, and they're trying to use that as justification. Which goes against what they just said about Quantum TV and how they can't do it because those tweets were deleted. I mean, come on. But basically, yeah, no, he's admitted to that. On Philip DeFranco's show, he was like, yeah, maybe I pushed the bounds in that. Obviously, it was a joke. Maybe I went too far. He didn't walk it back. He didn't say, oh yeah, I'm sorry, and I don't want to do that anymore. No, there you go. Quantum TV. Ghosty, don't say stuff like that. Let's keep it a little civil in here. So, remove that real quick. So, Like you can remove that, or I can remove that. I'd rather you remove it, just for the sake of learning the lesson. Not that I'm against insults, but like general insults of calling someone stupid. You know, I've set up this. So, but the thing is, I've went over this in a previous stream. Don't fuck people's names up, right? Don't mispronounce somebody's name just because you don't like them. That has no integrity to it. It doesn't help your argument, and like that's just neener like playground name calling. Doesn't make any sense. Calling somebody stupid because they do something stupid, okay, fine. Like, I call Quantum TV a fucking moron because he is a fucking moron. But, like, it's demonstrated by everything he's done. And again, every time I mention this, Quantum, buddy, you want to come on or you want to explain why you're not a fucking moron? I'll give you the time of day, dude. We'll sit down, we'll talk about it. You want to talk about it? We'll talk about it. I'll hear your side of the story. But yeah, Ghosty, thank you for removing that. I like to try and keep it at least somewhat decent around here. I don't like to go too hard on people. With the exception of, like, I've said some heinous shit in video games before, just because that's gamer rage, that happens, but that's, like, in the moment. This is, like, trying to be a little more civil, trying to discuss some stuff here. I mean, it's, like, some people might get pissy. I'm sure mrSEN, if he sees this, will get pissy at me and be like, civil, what do you mean? He's putting up this all the time. How do you put up that, and you call it being civil? I mean, civil, relatively speaking. Right? Not like, oh yes, we're all parliament, we're all very official. No, look, fucking, it's a meme, dude. It's a meme. Get over yourself. But yeah, I mean, here it is.
That they conveniently leave out, or he fails to let them know.
Okay, so hang on, let me go back, like, see the whole thing he's saying here.
Without anything to really back it up, other than his fifis, and later.
I mean, he has evidence to back it up, but
I just find it weird that they conveniently leave out, or he fails to let them know what YouTube's response for getting rid of him was.
So this is the thing that we covered with Quantum TV. He's parroting the same, or parroting, I should say, not parroting, but that's a different word. Parroting. He's parroting the same thing that Quantum TV said in his own video, so that confirms to me he's a Quantum TV watcher. He's regurgitating information. So yeah, no, like, Ackman did not withhold information. I'll explain this, I'll say it slowly for you so you can catch it. Ackman did not withhold information. He did not share information that was pertinent to an ongoing investigation. There, nice and slow. Make sure you hear that one in all the gritty detail. But yeah, no, just because he doesn't tell you everything doesn't mean he's trying to hide something. What Quantum TV did, by intentionally cutting up Augie's video and looking at just the 10-minute mark of a 13-minute video, just for the one section of Augie ratioing a guy on Twitter, we've been over this. He left out all the context about J-Station, which was very important as to why J-Station was an idiot, why he was getting ratioed on Twitter by Augie RFC. I mean, that is withholding information. You want to talk withholding information? That's what it looks like when you hide information. That's what it looks like when you withhold information.
It's a stupid reason, right? But there is still missing context.
No, it's not missing context. Ackman himself posted these tweets to give people the context they needed for what the fuck is going on. So it's like, hey, I made some tweets. Here they are. This is a joke. I made joke tweets. YouTube got pissed. That doesn't give YouTube a proper justification, by the way. Just because there's vague wording in their own TOS where anything related to doxing could be taken and misconstrued, that doesn't give them a right to eliminate the Ackman and demonetize him and whatever. It's clearly a fucking joke. If YouTube can't understand that, YouTube should delete their own platform. I can go to any compilation right now, and I will find things that, like, there are meme compilations posted daily on this site from hundreds of different people. And I could go to any one of them, and unless it's, like, a clean one, there's usually one or two, like, I can find entire compilations that are just of things that are ableist, racist, whatever, but everyone understands it's just a fucking joke. It's not malicious in its intent. This is not malicious in its intent. It was just clowning on YouTube for their stupid refusal to, enforce the TOS against Quantum because they just didn't want to. They just didn't want to because if they did that, it would have drawn more attention. Ironically, now there's more attention drawn to it. Streisand effect, motherfucker. Have you heard of it?
And we all know how important context is, unless we're trying to paint a narrative, right? Then context isn't important anymore. But why were the Actmans...
So I'm glad he said that, where, oh yeah, context is important unless you're trying to paint a narrative. Quantum TV, the guy you're defending, the guy you are carrying water for, literally in one of his videos, eliminated the context about J-Station so that it looked like Augie RFC was just bullying some random guy. You want to talk about getting rid of context to fabricate a narrative? There you go. In my opinion, YouTube has been going down for a long-ass time. Yeah, it's just gotten worse over the years, man. I mean, the adpocalypse, removing the dislike button, censoring all kinds of shit. Like, just, I think there was a period where, like, certain titles weren't even, like, allowed, or, like, certain titles would be instantly demonetized, so you had to be careful what you would put in the title of the video. Meanwhile, there was, like, the algorithm. People would play the algorithm to the point where it became a meme that, like, titles like Gone Wrong, Gone Sexual, In the Hood type stuff. That shit would get memed into titles that were, obviously dunking on that kind of title. Like, that's how bad this shit has kind of gotten on YouTube. You're correct, Ghosty. Yeah, it's been going wrong for a while. Same thing on Twitch, though. Let's not, like, mistake that. Twitch has also had a lot of problems enforcing their TOS. They've had a lot of things where they've treated people unfairly or treated people too fairly. Like, they've given people like Alinity, they give them like 2-second bans. There are people on Twitch that have literally gone fully nude on camera, ass to camera, fully nude, just you can see everything, and they give them like a 3-day suspension and then they're back, or a week, 10 days, something, and then they're back. And do they technically miss out on revenue there? Sure. But all the revenue they would be getting from that, it's probably going on their Patreon anyway. They probably got an OnlyFans. They probably got some other thing connected to it where anything they miss in that moment for monetization on Twitch, any streaming opportunities they miss there, they're just going to go do it somewhere else. They're going to post that content somewhere else. And it's going to be the same exact content. So, I mean, Twitch is just as bad in this regard. So basically right now, the smartest thing for Twitch to do would be to start enforcing their own TOS properly, and at the same time point to YouTube and see, like, see our competitor terrible. Don't go over there. Come over here. We've just we've redone our terms of service. We're now going to enforce it. We're going to do a mass ban against all these accounts. Be like, no, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. According to new TOS, you've got a week to clean up all your shit and not do that anymore and whatever. So if Twitch wanted to win, that's how Twitch would get a win. To just clown on YouTube. But again, Twitch and YouTube, both terrible at the moment. Again, we had Mixer for a while, guys. Do you remember Microsoft had, like, Mixer as an alternative? I streamed on Mixer for a bit, and it was nice. I would get on there, and I would stream. And it was simple. Like, there weren't a lot of, like, just chatting bullshit. I didn't see any, like, sex bots or anything on there. It was a nice place, and then Microsoft shut it down for some reason. I don't get it. It's not like they couldn't afford to keep funding something like that, even if it was losing money. Because it's like, they're Microsoft. They have more money than God. I mean, come on. It's fucking Bill Gates money. I mean, he's still, like, top richest man in the world. I'm pretty sure Bill Gates is still in the top. He's literally still second as of 2022. As of this fucking year, his net worth has still put him, like, second in the world, I think. Let's see, where is he? There's Bezos. Okay, no, he's not second. He's fourth. But I mean, $123 billion. Microsoft makes dirty money. They could have supported Mixer themselves. They didn't need any ad revenue or anything. They could have just kept it up. And then it would have been there. So Mixer in this moment could have said, hey guys, check it out. Our stuff has never had any of those problems. YouTube sucks. Twitch sucks. Come over here. Hey, by the way, we're going to launch this new thing where you can just make videos and upload them. So now you can have streaming and video stuff just like YouTube. Here you go. Come over here. That would have been the W for Microsoft immediately. But, Mixer's not around, so they can't do that. hot take acting male should make an OnlyFans. He was actually joking about that on stream. Not about OnlyFans, but he was talking about like, what if I just become an ASMR channel and like shit like that, and or he's saying stuff like become like an e-boy and just he was gonna do like nude calendar stuff and have like the Nintendo 64 box covering his crotch, but the rest of him would be completely naked, but he's just kind of laying there, like some of those old. I don't want to show it on stream because YouTube is picky as hell with how they enforce their nudity shit. But at one point, what was it? I know Stan Lee did one version of that, and I think it was based on the version done by. At the time, it was done by, I can't remember his name, Sean Connery. Yeah, the Scotsman Sean Connery. Sean Connery had dressed up like in a nude catalog, dressed up in a nude catalog. That's an oxymoron. But he laid on a couch and he did like something like that, where I think it was like a clock or a pillow like covering his junk, to where you couldn't see anything. But it was just his hairy, very Sean Connery's a Scotsman. He's a very hairy man. So he's just sitting there. So Stan Lee kind of did a rip on that, and then like that's sort of the same idea as him just laying on a couch naked, but the Nintendo 64 box is just covering all of his fun bits. That would be. He was joking about that. That is a fun idea. Let's see. Ghosty says I averaged like 98 to 200 views. Then I died because of the website. Unfortunate, my guy. Ghosty, rip to your Mixer channel. I never got close to that kind of numbers because I didn't really do it consistently. But that Halo or COD, fuck them both. They're both trash. Halo, COD, Battlefield. You name me any AAA game right now, and it's pretty much fucking trash at the moment. There's not many redeeming factors about any of them. Like and that's nothing to the devs. I'm sure the devs work very hard on a lot of this stuff. Like they're definitely underpaid and they have no unions or anything. But damn, corporate just fucks it up. Old Halo, old COD. Now that's a question. I don't know. I'd probably go back to like Black Ops 2. I could say Black Ops 2 would probably be my go-to if we're cherry picking like all the shooters of history. Black Ops 2, pretty good. Halo, nice arena battle type feel, but to me, something like Black Ops 2 was always more my speed, And that's also just because I was on PlayStation, so I had an Xbox, I had a Halo 1 and 2 and whatever, but I never really played Halo online that much. Not until Halo Infinite, and I really liked playing Halo Infinite online. It was really fucking cool. And it was great. It was on PC, had a nice crisp frame rate, and it was beautiful. The gameplay felt really smooth, but the game sucks. Halo Infinite sucks. The multiplayer experience, there's no content or anything. It's crazy. But yeah, I go with Black Ops 2. I go with old COD. Like we're talking like I feel like Black Ops 2. I liked like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 type of gameplay. It's not that terrible, except for the fucking microtransactions. Infinite Warfare even. Like I was a COD simp for a while. So a lot of them I didn't have that much of a problem with when it came to just the gameplay, because I would focus on pretty much just the gameplay. But then the microtransaction stuff, it came in and it was like, God, like it was a weird time when they started doing that. But back to this video.
Tweets and jokes about YouTube and doxing left out. Oh, it's kind of convenient to leave that out.
Yeah. Oh, it's convenient they left out the thing I admit is a joke. Yeah, because it's a joke. And hang on. Let's go through this article. So there's that. There's this. Here, that. So do they actually have it? Now he may be correct that they don't actually have it in this. Let's see. So this is bullshit, by the way. So when he said, I haven't seen anyone getting affected, it's literally in the same article. You fucking clown. It's literally in the same article that Camelot is getting fucking messed up because of the Ackman stuff. Right there. He says it. It's right there. Also, the hostiles have gained a command post. The Battlefront reference. You gotta love it. I mean, you go down and... Okay, so it didn't actually show those tweets, which is interesting. But let's see. Does it even mention them? That's a good question. Now, again, we read this article last night, but it's been a minute, and my brain's on other things right now. So, it is funeral proof, Elden Ring hot take, yada yada yada. Let's see if they actually said why Ackman was removed. Stoop 2 new low. The Ackman's channel has been demonetized, so I'm gonna click that off for a second just to see where this link takes me. I don't know why this links to Halo. Oh, I think his Ackman made a video on Halo. Okay, so that just links to like a Halo is the Halo TV show sucks type article. Let's see, loyalty to the platform, blah 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 blah. Failed to enforce the TOS. This attack on a beloved channel. I'm just kind of skimming over this to see if they did. After the release, the next few weeks were reared. Quantum threatened legal action. Rabbit hole goes deeper. Ackman engaged in battle. YouTube failed its creators. TOS. Yeah. Quantum TV's multiple TOS community guidelines. Clearly, the video was mass flagged. The appeal to get it reinstated on platform was rejected within 30 minutes of filing. The appeal, the video in question was 15 minutes long. We kind of went over that, so that might not be correct exactly about the 30 minutes, but it kind of is. Pretty much is. Let's see. So, don't to spread COVID misinformation. A generous portion of the community feels this isn't deserved. YouTube's taking another step. Sure that this issue does not get a platform. They are silencing the entire YouTube community that mentions Ackman. So this kind of stuff. There's no future. Okay, so to be completely fair and transparent to, Mr. Sen, whatever, like, they don't actually show those tweets. They don't actually show the, like, quote unquote reason he was taken out. But we all know it wasn't for that tweet. We all know for a fact it had nothing to do with a joke tweet about doxing. Because they don't give a shit about doxing. Quantum TV called the Ackman's mother. He actively doxed the Ackman. He went after Ackman's family. Again, all of this is covered in the Dark Age of YouTube video. All of that has been covered. All of it. You're a fucking clown. So if you, because right now, let me say something. If anybody believes that YouTube legitimately like took those tweets seriously and was like, it's because of these tweets that we took him out, it conveniently has nothing to do with the fact that we made the completely incorrect decision on something. Everyone knows it's the incorrect decision, and now we're trying to sweep it under the rug. And it has nothing to do with videos being mass reported for sexual content, Dark Age of YouTube getting removed for sexual content when there was none, Ackman getting removed for joke tweets about doxing, when we have seen they did nothing about Quantum TV's doxing. It speaks for itself. If you can't hear, then what the fuck are these? So these clearly aren't ears. I mean, come on, man.
Very, very interesting. I don't know. You guys tell me. The message of this hit piece, or whatever you want to call it, is YouTube is to blame. That is the message.
Yeah.
It also makes the claim that
YouTube is absolutely to blame. It's their platform. It's their terms of service. And it's their incorrect decision. YouTube is in control of the entire situation right now. If they want everyone to stop hating them, it is a simple thing. Remove Quantum TV immediately. Put Ackman back on. Remonetize him immediately. Go back, look over your TOS, provide more clear and present examples, and enforce your TOS the first time around. You don't fuck around. You don't wait. And when someone comes to you with mountains of evidence, enforce the fucking TOS according to that evidence. I mean, come on. If you can't moderate your own platform, it's going to go to legal action. It's going to get the US government involved. These things are going to be taken seriously by someone else. And then you're going to be left holding the bag when it's like, well, you didn't do anything, so somebody else came in, and maybe the situation gets even worse for creators because of your inaction. You got to do something, YouTube. You got to fix it. It's your platform. You have to manage your own things. Like, make sure your own house is in order. It's your responsibility. I think you mean YouTube's TOS that they won't follow themselves. Yeah. They don't follow it. They don't follow their own TOS. That's the fucking point that Mr. Sen is missing entirely.
That YouTube is silencing a community. But I haven't seen
They
that.
are.
But what I have seen is a bunch of grifters like Tommy C and Augie RFC capitalizing off of this. Oh, yeah.
Augie RFC is a grifter, apparently. Why? Because he's talking about true things? How dare you?
can tell that they hate
Oh no!
YouTube
How dare you
so
talk
much.
about it?
They're on a corrupt site.
So wait, so grifters are benefiting from this, but your video, your live stream over here, I mean, I guarantee these are monetized. Like, are these fucking monetized? Are you making money off these? Because if you're making money off these videos, you're grifting right along with the rest of us. By your own definition, you're grifting because you've got an axe to grind against Ackman, and you're clearly taking advantage of the situation to create dramatic videos like this to try and get a piece of the pie currently. I mean, Jesus Christ. It just, there. Actually, wait, there's Ackman. I didn't even realize he was in the comments. Damn, I finally found a content creator other than J-Station that's on Quantum's side. Godspeed, man. Hope you kick the habit, whatever it is you're on. I mean, yeah, that implies that he's on some sort of substance. And again, a lot of these guys, they gotta be on something. I hope they get help for it. I hope they get help with whatever's wrong in their brain. But, there it is. I wouldn't listen much to the I have no sympathy for the weak guy. I don't know if he said that. We can't corroborate that. I mean, I could. He probably says it in some other video, but we'll see. Guys, if he's been through the shit, the rest of us haven't. Sen's takes are always for clout. He's got to be the cool negative guy. That's a good question. What are his other videos? So if we check his other videos, what does he dabble in? What does he what's his entire thing about? So if we keep, I mean, Jesus, look at all of these. His entire fucking channel. He wants to talk about grifting? Yo, Clown Shoe McGee. Okay, mrSEN. You want to talk about grift? My dude, I'm a gaming channel. I do gameplay shit. I've dabbled in a couple of topics here or there when I feel like it. Most of my content, though, has been gaming stuff. All of your content is drama-based. Literally fucking all of it. Every single bit of it. You've made no other kind of content. It's all just drama shit. All the way back 5 years ago. Like, this guy's ragging on the anime man 5 years ago. Like, that's what you were doing 5 years ago? What was I doing 5 years ago? What's 5 years ago for me? I was in, that would be what, 2017? No. What, actually, oh yeah, just about, yeah. Yeah. What was I doing? Actually, that's a good question. We can check YouTube to see what was I doing 5 years ago. Just for comparison, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to plug anything from me. Like, y'all want to look at something from 5 years ago, have that, but I don't care. Surprised Quantum TV didn't wake up once he realized J-Station sided with him. Yeah, I had no idea who J-Station was. I had to look that up on stream last night while we were talking about it, and I had to, like, verify, like, who he was, what was happening, who this person was, what's the context, and damn, I would not want that guy siding with me, It's like, it's very, very odd. But if we go back a couple years, what was I doing 5 years ago on YouTube? I'm interested. We can go, like, back to the beginning, and we'll see what I've been doing since the beginning. These are 4 years. Where's the 5 years? Because I know I've been on for, like, at least 5 years. Yeah, I mean, gaming stuff. Gaming stuff, man. Holy shit, wait, have I produced more content than this guy? Have I? Can I see how many I have? I think if I go to manage videos, I can. Right? If I manage videos, I think it tells me the number of... No, it doesn't. Just tell me the number of them. Jesus. Well, yeah, I mean, I could count it up. Like, oh, here we go. 108. Okay. So, I got about 108. Again, some of these don't really count because they're private. So, we'll say, I don't know. Conservatively, we'll say 75 just to make a guess. Like, how many does he have? Like, he's got quite a bit. But again, his are like 5-minute rants about drama shit. And then, like, there's some stream stuff in. Every now and then. But again, most of his stuff's just like 10-minute shitter content, really. He does have a couple of those live streams in here, to be fair. He's got a couple live streams here and there that he does, so have fun on that one, bud. Actually, we can count how many there are, actually. I just realized these go by 6. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, 29, 30, 39, 40. But 29, 30, 30. 31. Yeah, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40? Where was I? 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. I mean, it's about 40 by however many. You want to keep scrolling, we can keep scrolling, but it's like 40 by, it's like 40 or 50 by 6, so that's like, I don't know, 300? Is it? Should be, yeah, yeah. If it's like 50 by 6, then yeah, it'd be about 300. Yeah. I mean, look at this, like, oh, like, Quantum TV gets mad at the internet. Fuck is this video? I have no idea what this is. What? Like, swing and a miss for Augie on Destiny stream? Like, what the fuck is all this? Like, again, your entire content has been nothing but ragging on other stuff. Like, you're just a drama channel. Reaction channels are cancer. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a reaction channel. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But, you know, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but you then don't get to take the high ground and say, "Oh, everyone's grifting on this." Like, really? People are everybody else is a grifter. You're not though. Your entire presence on YouTube, your entire YouTube career has been literally nothing but grift. Like, you are all about reactions, you're all about the drama. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's like, you don't get to then take the position of grifting bad. You're doing it. You're doing the thing that you disapprove of. But I mean, if we want to, I do want to go down. I want to see what was I doing like 5, 6 years ago. How long have I been on here? I think I've been on here 6. I want to say. I mean, look how much stuff I put out. Like, kind of, I put out semi regularly at certain points. You know, Jesus, 6. Have I really been on for like 7 years? Nah, stop. I've not been around for. I've been around here for 7 years. Christ, I've been around since like 2015. Nah, that's crazy. But yeah, let's see what's 5 years ago. So what was I doing around 5 years ago? Like Deus Ex streams, Civ stream, Besiege stream, a lot of stream stuff. Just because stream is like kind of easy content, you just consider and do this stuff. Neo before the Emperor, yeah, Battlefield live stream or Battlefront live stream. I did a Magnificent Seven movie review. You know, that was a great movie as well, by the way. I mentioned, yeah, he has 7 episodes on the Ackman. Damn, I haven't even talked about Ackman that much. Shit, I've done two streams about it, and I haven't even talked about it that much. Like, that's like, fuck me, that's a lot. That's like quite a few videos on it. I mean, to be fair, it's a very interesting topic. So if he wants to make 7 videos on it, again, that's his right to do so. But damn, 7, that's kind of crazy. I mean, playthroughs of games: Titanfall, Battlefield, Call of Duty, some indie games, some other stuff. I mean, I've got trying out Let It Die, trying some indie stuff. Mad Millennial Monday was something I did for a bit. I kind of tried that out, where I just, white privilege at its finest, and I use that in the literal sense, not in the woke sense. But again, that was 5 years ago, so there you go. It all depends. Like, I mean, there's another Mad Millennial Republicans, about Republicans and Trump's secretary and stuff. So that's about all the drama and grifting type stuff I got into back in the day. Oh, the live stream with Happy when we played Little Big Planet 3, dude. Happy's the guy I used to play back when I was on PlayStation. We would play some stuff together. We played Battlefield and GTA and stuff. It's really fun. I miss that guy. He's great. He's wonderful. Oh, I hope he gets like a PC and then we can play together again. That'd be great. I would love to hang out with him. Yeah, Shadow of War gameplay breakdown. So that was like me with the gameplay trailer. Gears of War, a rant about the logout issues on like on Overwatch, and it just, the login UI is just fucked. To be fair, like, I didn't realize you had to put like you had to put something else. It was either I was putting in my username, not my email, or vice versa. That's why it wasn't working. But it doesn't even make that really that clear. So it's like, what the fuck? I expect to use this other thing. I remember Battlefront 2 came out. Yeah, Paragon's interesting. Paragon's still around actually. So there it is. When you said Deus Ex, I heard something else. The sex. Dick X, what did you hear? Oh yeah, when I used to stream Titanfall 2. Yeah. Titanfall 2, baby. Oh my god, love Titanfall 2. I miss it so much. Where's my damn Titanfall 3 respawn? Come on, man. You made Jedi Fallen Order, it sold well. You made Apex Legends, and it's making dirty money. Go see her gay sex? Yeah, fair enough. Like, EA, come on, man. Respawn's made you dirty money, and they continue to do so. let them make Titanfall 3. Let them expand their team so they'll have enough people to make the games you want and the games they want. They've been good to you. Treat them right, EA. Come on. Playing Banner Saga, doing all this stuff. Oh yeah, playing Shadow Warrior. Shadow Warrior is fun. But yeah, I mean, it's just scrolling up here. Oh, Chook and Sisik. That was a fun playthrough of the Chook and Sisik games. And I even revisited them somewhat recently, like a year or two ago. Relatively recently. Played a bit of Bioshock. Played a bit of Infinite, the Burial at Sea DLC. And then a part came up where like the audio was fucky on the game, and I don't know why. It wasn't from OBS; it was like in the game that was messing up, and I don't know why. By the way, everything else mid. You mean like the middle of what? Like the middle of a stream? What is mid? What is mid? My God, what is mid? Help me. What is mid? Is that terms that the youth use? Hello, fellow kids. I don't fucking know what mid is. I think somebody else used mid earlier in one of the discords I was in. Somebody said something was mid, and what is mid? I don't know mid. Yeah, I mean, like, you want to talk about fucking, like, you want to talk about grift, bro. You grifting, my guy. And again, get that money. If you want to make money on YouTube, if that makes you happy doing that, mid means mediocre. So why don't people say mediocre? Like, or trash, or like if something's mediocre, what did we used to say? I remember there used to be things for like when something is mediocre or boring. I mean, cringe is kind of the default. It's like if something is like kind of just insulting to you on a spiritual level, it's cringe. So I don't know. I think that's probably a different thing, but mediocre. I mean, I don't know why it'd be mid. Wouldn't it be med, which would be short for mediocre? So mediocre, it becomes. I don't know. You could say Dio, Dio, but then maybe somebody's thinking you're talking about JoJo. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you want to talk about grift, bud? I just laid out why you to grifting. You the one grifting here.
Right. Supporting a corrupt site by streaming on it and getting their shekels, but
they're supporting the corruption. Bitch, where do you want them to do it? You want everyone to go over to Twitch? Because we can do that. If all the big guys understand this guy with 18,000 subscribers, the fucking platform won't be here. Small indie creators do not hold up YouTube. They do a lot of great work, and, the ones that do exceptional work for a long time consistently, they usually tend up rising to the top, just through their efforts, which is just how a good work ethic usually works out for people. But I think he has it in his head that, like, somehow magically these people won't jump ship. And it's like, okay, if we can establish that, like, we have Patreon, we have Twitch donations, we have OnlyFans, we have other ways to diversify the financial portfolio of a content creator. If they have those options available to them and they have enough of a fan base, so Ackman having 1.5, 1.6 million, something like that, having like 1.5 million subscribers, yeah, he'll get enough people to send him some money so he can, like, eat while he's making these videos, and he'll make them somewhere else. And if he's successful doing it, if he jumps ship and then he's successful doing it, he can tell other people how to do it. And then some of the biggest dudes will just start leaving because they don't want to be on a platform where they could have all their shit just undercut and eliminated because YouTube's feeling a little off that day, so they decide to just fuck with somebody like they've done with Ackman. I mean, there it is. Like, if they jump ship, YouTube goes down. YouTube goes down, you don't have anywhere to put it unless you want to move over to Twitch or something with everybody else. And then the same situation is going to happen again later on, just on a different platform. So it's like, if you're on the Titanic, you're gonna get on the lifeboat. If you have if there's a seat available, you're gonna get on it, and you're not gonna stay on the sinking ship, if indeed the ship is sinking. Where we're at.
Still bad YouTube.
Also, the use of shekels, by the way. Let's look up the word shekels, because this is kind of an interesting word. Yeah, the Israeli shekel. So, a shekel is the basic monetary unit of modern Israel. That's kind of interesting, because in a way, you could take that as anti-Semitic. I don't think he's being anti-Semitic with it, but it very well could be taken like that, because you're gonna get your shekels from it. It's a very specific kind of word to use there. Again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. The way you phrase things comes off in a certain way. And, there it is. I don't
Bad.
know.
YouTube bad. YouTube silencing me.
Yes.
How are
correct.
you streaming then? But
Because they demonetized him. That's how. He is streaming. That doesn't mean that it's reaching the algorithm. If you were an actual content creator, you would know what the algorithm is and how it works. So the algorithm, I don't even make this shit consistently. I just know this shit. The algorithm picks up on certain things. Demonetized channels do not get picked up by the algorithm. They do not get pushed out unless someone is looking at a specific shout out video that directs someone to your channel or has been looking at very specific content like that. That's the only time the algorithm might pick up your channel and suggest it to someone else. If it's close enough, it's about the 6 degrees of separation. Like, it has to be close enough on that likeness scale for the algorithm to pick it up and decide to give it to someone. There's so many factors to it. Viewer count, how much you upload, and because he's demonetized, that gives him less incentive to make videos, which means his consistency goes down, which can fuck up the algorithm even more than just being demonetized. Because the point is that demonetized channels are supposed to be suppressed because demonetized, in YouTube's eyes, the way their algorithm works, demonetized must mean not advertiser friendly. YouTube runs on ad revenue. You should fucking know this. If they can't make money off of your video, why would they promote it? It doesn't make any sense. But here we are. I mean, here's the thing. Why am I seeing a video from Shadiversary, right? I'm subscribed to the guy. Whatever. I don't think his stuff really lands in my sub box that much. I mean, it depends. But the reason I'm seeing the lightsaber one is because I've been watching Star Wars stuff. Why am I seeing something for The Voice? Because I've been watching their channel, so the algorithm's suggesting that to me, right? Why am I seeing stuff for Ackman? Because I've been looking at his channel. That's how the algorithm works. Your interests are filtered in through what have you been searching, what have you been looking at the most, what does the algorithm think you want to look at? And it will try, and then you scroll down, and every time you click on one of these, it will look at that, and it will say, okay, he clicked on it, now how much did he watch it? How much does he give a shit about it? Oh, if he watches the whole video, he might like this video that's the same length or about the same content. Like, it's all that. That's the algorithm, bud.
Bud, how are you streaming? I don't know.
Oh, he said bud.
I mean, you are spamming
Bud.
the dono link
Double
there,
bud.
like the good little grifting pig that you are, Tom.
I mean, this is, I don't know what this is. Tommy C, like, also calling somebody a pig? Classy. Calling him a grifting pig. So, we've had shekels and pig mentioned in the last minute. And it's all about grifting. It's all about, like, donations and whatnot. So, again, the anti-Semitic thing is starting to mount on evidence here. But, I don't think he's doing that. But you could take it that way if you looked at it through a certain perspective. Again, I do not think that's what he's doing. But it is, again, all things are possible. If you look at it from a certain perspective, you might see it that way.
I mean, like the good little grifting pigs that you are. But,
Said it twice,
yeah,
Jesus.
It's kind of interesting how the fear-mongering seems to be just that. Fear-mongering.
Okay, buddy, if you're American, then you should know what actual fear-mongering looks like. Post 9/11 was fear-mongering, okay? Saying that, radical Islam was around the corner and that we have to protect ourselves from the evil Muslim terrorists. That was fear-mongering. If you lived through America during that time, like I did, you grew up seeing that shit. You saw it everywhere. You know what's going on with it. I have a question. That's not a question. That's a fucking statement in hashtag form. What do you mean, Ghosty? And like, it's not a question. If it's gonna be a question, form it as a question. And then I'll read it. Again, I'm not really a stickler for grammar, but I mean, come on, if you're gonna say it's a question, make it a question. But yeah, I mean, if you're an American, like, you should understand what fear mongering looks like because the media does it all the time. Oh, he's got another. Oh, you're saying Canadian gang or Candian gang. Where's Candia? You're Candian? Is that adjacent to Canada? Is that like a subcontinent? Like you have like Yeah, you have like I think over in like China and stuff, they have like a subcontinent. Like I think India is a subcontinent technically of Asia, of the Asian continent. But yeah, no, is Candia. Candia is the subcontinent of Canada. So that's where Ghosty lives. I'm fucking with you, man. But yeah, no, feel free to ask your questions, do whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, that's not what this is not fear mongering. It's us holding YouTube accountable, bud. That's exactly what it is.
I haven't seen any people being flagged for mentioning the act, man. I have like 4 videos up.
Yeah, because your videos are not calling out YouTube. Videos that call out YouTube specifically are in danger of being flagged. And the thing is, oh, people getting censored. Yeah, that started, and then YouTube realized, wait, pump the brakes. We can't flag this much stuff. We can't remove this much stuff. Because they remove it in mass, very close to the event, while everyone's talking about it. It will just be more evidence of their corruption. We already have enough evidence, but it'll be even more. This man needs to count. 7. Oh, for my ass. Yeah.
I haven't seen any people being flagged for mentioning the act, man. I have like 4 videos up.
I have like 4 videos. So assuming, like, let's teach mrSEN's some numbers. Let's just see. Let's just see. So how many videos about the Act Man he's done? You're doing a live stream talking about the Act Man, so that counts. Here's another one. Here's another one. Actually, is that the Act Man? Yeah, this is streamed a day ago. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 already, my guy. This is another one. This is another one. This is another one. This one's about quantum, therefore about the Act Man. I mean, the real dark age of YouTube is coming. You're playing off of his title. Again, that's technically about the Act Man. I mean, I just counted I counted like twice as many as 4 in that one span, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 9 right there. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. I mean, damn. Like, YouTube sides with Quantum TV. So, again, like, you're just a grifter. So maybe you don't, like, side with Quantum. Maybe that's not your thing. It seems to just be that you take the contrarian position and you piss people off so that they'll go view your channel. Because your channel has a pathetic amount of views. Yeah, I said it. 18K. You are posting damn near every day. You're posting, like, all the time, my guy. You have a consistency. And you can't get, like you're getting, like, 1K, 2K. That's, like, 2K there on a video that's a month old. 2K. Has he gone viral on any of this? There's another 2K. You have how many supposed subscribers? Again, this is the Quantum thing all over again. Quantum doesn't get that many views, right? He hits a banger here or there, but consistently, I mean, you look at the Act Man, he'll get some consistent views based on a ratio of, like, subscriber to viewer. And damn, man. The Tragedy of Darth, I have the High Ground song. I think I have, but I don't get into those that much. So no, Ghost. Yeah, I don't think I've heard that one. Like, I think I have heard about it, but I don't think I've actually listened to it because I don't listen to meme shitpost songs that often. But yeah, I mean, you're just like, he's lying about himself now. Like, bro, it's right here. What do you mean?
That all have Act Man in the title and tags.
Right.
Again, could this be a case of the Act Man just talking out of his ass once again to put?
Buddy, this one's for you. Everything you say. Do you want me to print out that meme, mrSEN? Like, mrSEN, I'll print that out and I will send that to you, just so you can, like, tape it to your car or, like, in a safe manner. Obviously, don't put it over your back window, but you want to, like, print that so you can put it on your wall behind you when you stream. Oh, you don't do it with a face cam, I assume. I mean, that's why you have this little drawn avatar guy. So you want me to print that out and send it to you so you can be reminded every day when you open your mouth that what you say is pretty fucking stupid? Because we just proved how stupid you are. We've been proving it this whole video, my guy. This whole video.
Push a narrative and just hiding the facts. Because
facts.
He's a petty big girl. Probably. For those that...
The petty big girl? What the fuck kind of insult is that? He's a girl, therefore bad. Or he's being girly. I mean, I've called Quantum a little bitch, but bitch is neither here nor there on the gender spectrum. It's anybody can be a little bitch, a punk bitch. That's a specific kind of bitch.
Need to be spoon-fed even more. Here are a couple points.
Spoon-fed. That's an interesting term because, as we know, Quantum TV. I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. That's something Quantum TV has said. So he's saying spoon-fed.
It's the note. The media has always hated YouTube. What exactly?
Right. Okay, he's correct. That is a correct assumption that traditional media doesn't like YouTube. Correct.
Does this accomplish?
It gets YouTube to respond because YouTube will have to respond before traditional media can formulate their own narrative about it. Because if traditional media comes in, Ghosty, let's get that out of here. I know what you're implying with that insult. Again, please remove it. Don't. Shit like that's too far. Like, I get the meme, but too much. But it's like, you just, I'm trying to word this. Like, you derailed me, Ghosty. I had a train of thought here. But yeah, no, traditional media, right? Like, the point is that if traditional media picks this up, they're going to run with it. They're going to report on it. And whether they're doing it, like, correctly or not, it doesn't matter. The point is that it is getting out there and that other people will start investigating. Other people will start taking notice, like advertisers. And that will cause Adpocalypse 2.0. And that's going to be even worse for the platform. YouTube, the point is to light a fire under YouTube's ass and get them to do something about this situation that people agree with, like that the community wants. Because at the end of the day, YouTube can be like, oh, it's our platform, which again, it is their platform, but they have the right to do what they want with their TOS. They should be enforcing it correctly. And it's bullshit to see it they're not. But, I mean, come on, man. You're telling me that we as content consumers, we as content creators, certain levels, right? Content creators, content consumers, the vast amount of people that, again, YouTube runs on ad revenue. It doesn't run on anything else. Like YouTube, you think YouTube Premium and YouTube Music are making that much money? Maybe they're maybe making a bit, but really the money is in the ad revenue. So if the advertisers get scared, YouTube gets scared, and they'll have to change something. And if all this again, if this has to result in the destruction of the platform entirely, and we all have to go somewhere else, and something new has to be, out of it, then the next person to try to make a YouTube, like a site like YouTube, or even Vimeo might come in and be like, hey, we're going to do all the stuff YouTube did, but actually enforce our TOS. Like, they might take over, and then they might be the thing that everyone goes on. And if that's what it takes, and we end up getting a better product, because then they look at the history of YouTube and they go, oh, they fucked up here and here and here, and they Monday night quarterback that, or Monday morning quarterback. Wait, it's 4 a.m. What do you guys want from me? But they come in and they're gonna Monday morning quarterback the thing. I am fucking losing my train of thought here. They're gonna Monday morning quarterback it, and they're gonna say they fucked up here and here and here and here. They're gonna go down the list. They're gonna be like, it's gonna be like the 10 commandments of the new YouTube of don't do this. Because if we do, we're gonna piss off advertisers. We're gonna piss off the community. We're gonna get everything fucked up. And then our shit's gonna blow up just like YouTube, just fucking like the Death Star, just disintegrated. If that happens, all right, then YouTube becomes a cautionary tale to not piss off the people on your platform, because they will fucking leave and find entertainment elsewhere. I mean, shit, we've seen this with Netflix dropping off subscriber numbers. We've seen this with Disney Plus. Disney Plus is heading for the same thing, where people just start dropping off subscriber numbers because they don't like the content that's on there. It happens. I'm very disappointed in YouTube. I feel disgusting for being in this fucking website. Yeah, it hurts. As somebody who likes to make videos, I just like to make videos and share them with people. I like to play games on stream. I like to make videos here or there. I do some music video stuff sometime where I'll cut game trailers with certain music that I think just fits it, and it's kind of fun for me. And it makes me sick that might end up doing that somewhere else. And I like YouTube. And Ackman has said it. Ackman himself has said, hey, he loves a lot of YouTube. He loves what it does for creators. It's still pretty good. But a lot of these other issues need to be fixed. There's a lot of underlying problems and corruption. And that's true. Those issues need to be fixed.
And what is the goal? What is the
goal is to make YouTube better. I just explained this.
The end goal in all this, Ackman. What a world. What a world. It's a grift.
Terrible edit there, by the way. Like, you do these videos every day, or at least every other day. You're editing something all the time, I'm sure, because you're a grifter guy and you fucking you know, do the shit constantly. Like, you should know how to cut that a little bit better. Listen back to this, guys. That's weird.
The end goal in all this, Act Man. What a world.
Like, man, what a world. Like, he cuts right to it. He doesn't even let himself fade out first. That's weird. Like, that just hit the ear wrong. Again, not saying your shit's terrible. I'm just saying, like, you should probably cut that better.
What a world. It's a grifty, grifty world.
You would know all about that. Like, this is the shit that he says to himself in the mirror. He wakes up and he's just like, I'm gonna grift my ass off today. Let's check Twitter. Let's check YouTube. Where's the drama heading today? You know, like it's like Lieutenant Dan. Like, where's that image of Lieutenant Dan on the thing? Like, I need Lieutenant Dan on the boat. Well, I'm gonna make sure I type Forrest Gump when I do this. Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan, boat. Is there like one of him on the map? Yeah. So this is like the part in Forrest Gump where Lieutenant Dan. You guys can't really see it because it's top right here, but I'll just see if I can get an image of it. So this is like the part in Forrest Gump when Lieutenant Dan is like up on the mast. And he's like, "Go over there, the fish are, you know, due east or whatever. Like well, that's where we're gonna find the shrimp over there. You know, that's the kind of shit. He's just like, let's go that way. The thing's over there. The payday's over there. That's the kind of shit this guy does. You just know he's saying that to himself every day. He's saying, "Where's the drama? Where's the YouTube? I'm gonna sniff it out. I'm gonna get that money. I'm gonna make these videos." That's what you're gonna do. That's what your channel's about, bro. And again, there ain't nothing wrong with that, but own up to it. You get a grift, I grift, but don't be angry that other people are doing it too. If you think someone else is grifting, you ain't got no room to talk, motherfucker, because your whole channel is like that. Your whole existence on YouTube has been nothing but that. I mean, Jesus.
It's a grifty, 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 grifty world after
Damn, how much did he say it? Like 8 times? Holy shit.
all.
That's like the end of the video. Damn. That's crazy. Let's check the comments, see what's happening. Ackman, I will use the trustworthy media. He pinned his own comment. What a fucking, like, bro, you pinned your own comment to just reiterate a point that's already fucking a stupid fucking point. Bro, again, this is why they disable dislikes. I guarantee this has been ratioed into the ground. Let's see. This guy's annoying. I don't know if he's referring to Ackman or Sen, but as Charlie has stated, publicizing the issue is the only way to get YouTube problems solved, right? Charlie being, I believe, referring to Moist Critical. I think that's his name. I'm not sure, though. Or even for YouTube to give any input, or even for big channels. If you got a problem on your channel, I'm sure you'd also be helpless with actually meaningful connecting with YouTube. Yeah, Ackman's proven this. Other creators have proven this. Like, you have no direct line to YouTube. The YouTube partner is just there to inform you of shit coming down the pipe, or advise you in some ways of what you should do in a certain situation. They don't actually contact you. That's the thing. They make unilateral decisions, like demonetizing you for random shit. Not even a warning on that doxing, by the way. The doxing thing, he didn't even receive a warning. It was an immediate, you're demonetized. Damn, that's crazy. Like, that's what we're saying. There's no back and forth. There's no negotiation happening between YouTube and the creators. There's no line of communication. It's fucked. I don't know how he is petty, according to Pamps. Yeah. Bad take in my opinion, but believe what you want. Did he edit this? Because he's saying petty. I don't see here what in here's about petty. I don't see a thing saying petty. Am I reading this wrong? Yeah, nothing says petty. I don't know what this guy's talking about, so I'm moving on. Maybe Ackman should have thought of that before he threatened YouTube employees. It's a joke, you dumb cunt. It's a fucking joke. Okay? It's a joke. You're a fucking idiot. Okay. Roll credits. Like, again, I'm so glad I set that up, because now I don't even need to do the, like, I don't even need to do the that was fucking stupid voice. I can just click on it. Like, oh, that was great. I love that that's set up now. Doesn't come across to me like he's trying to take down YouTube for everyone else. He's rightfully angry and baffled by the platform's decision to demonetize him, even though he didn't break TOS. And then you have Quantum still floating around, breaking those same TOS, and he's off scot-free. That's not how you spell scot-free. Scot-free has 1 T. Scott with 2 T's is his proper name. Just, again, my brain goes to grammar shit like that. He's attacking people like Review Tech USA, Westside Live, and Mischief, calling Rich a pedophile. Rich being Review Tech USA. And as for Ackman's tweets, he was clearly being satirical. They weren't serious at all. This whole mess is crazy, from Ackman being demonetized from showing YouTube not following their own TOS, Quantum calling people pedos, to people thinking that Ackman somehow deserved what happened to his channel. It makes sense Ackman would be willing to talk to the media outlets to bring more attention to this. That puts pressure on YouTube to fix the mess. What did I just say? Same shit. Same shit I've been saying. Can you trust the media? No. Can you trust the media? No. But this is better than his channel dying and Quantum spouting off enough crap to make advertisers pull off the platform. What do you want Ackman to do? Let all those years go to waste? He even said on Philip DeFranco's channel that all he wants is for these kinds of cases to be properly investigated in the future, for his remonetization, and for Quantum to be properly investigated. That was it. Like, this is the thing. A lot of this could be resolved if there was, like, a spokesperson for YouTube whose job it was to put themselves out there and have one-on-one conversations when shit like this comes up. YouTube, here's an idea. Hire somebody to be the YouTube creator liaison, right? I don't know if that's already a role you have, if it means something else to you. It's just an idea for the title of it, right? What you could call that person. The YouTube creator correspondent. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. But hire someone, create a position where that one person, or you can have multiple people do it if you have a lot of shit going on, which I'm sure you'd have a lot of cases and stuff like this. But if someone wants to dispute a claim and be like, no, that's unfair, I want to prove it logically, that's unfair, create your own little court system within YouTube to be like, okay, we're going to live stream it. Maybe you don't need chat on, but let people see it in real time. Let people see forever what YouTube's official position on certain things are. Set down some mandates, set some precedent, sit down, talk to them like people. Creators are people, your people, at least I hope you are. It seems we're dealing with a lot of algorithms and bots from YouTube that just do automatic things. Like, just, randomly, let's just demonetize the thing, whatever, But if you guys can have people running your social media account, you can absolutely pay for some guy to come in and... Oh, my nose is itchy. You could pay for some guy to come in and talk to someone like Ackman face-to-face in a live stream. Show everybody what you mean. Okay, here we're going to review docket number 1. This is about this. This is what we mean by this. And you said this. That's why we did this. Okay, and Ackman can fire back with his own counter-argument. And that way people can see exactly what YouTube, with their own words and their own face, have said. Right? And not just through some wall of text. That would work. That'd be a great way to fix it. This guy, spot on. Spot the fuck on. I like that one. This is a creator other than JStation that's on Quantum's side. Now, I think after we looked at his channel, I think Ackman, I don't know if he even looked at his channel that much, but this guy's just a grifter. Ackman, really, mrSEN is just a grifter. When we looked at his channel, I think he had other stuff that was also dunking on Quantum as well, so he just plays through the drama. I don't know if he's actually on Quantum's side or not. It doesn't... From the videos I saw, it seemed to where he just throws out lines. He throws shit at the wall until something sticks, which from his view counts doesn't seem like much is sticking. But we'll see. I get what you're saying here, but it's not like Ackman has any other option in this situation. Literally, the only way to put pressure on YouTube is to make a big public stink about your problem, and the best way of spreading that stink is through mainstream channels. I wouldn't listen much to the I would like to know what he's... Yeah. Yes, the cool negative guy will always get clout. Okay, I don't know. I guess you're referring to this. Does your mom still have to tie your shoes, or do you have Velcro ones? So that's insulting his intelligence, and all that. Really? Okay, interesting. My mom used to bake delicious pies. Now I bake them for all the fellow victims of a roasting. I don't know if that's in response to it. I mean, it's funny either way. I'm gonna head to bed. It's 4 a.m. before I go. Remember, Ghosty's heading out. Ghosty says, if I get doxxed, will YouTube care? Probably not. I'm still gonna dox myself, though. Yeah, I mean, technically doxing yourself isn't really a thing, that much, because doxing is about private information that is obtained by a second party that exposes private information of the first party that the first party did not want to share publicly. And you, as the first party, if I said my full name, I've covered this at the other streams, but I'll say it again just for posterity. I being the first party, if I decide to share my full name or any other details about myself, that's not technically doxing because I am sharing my own private information with other people. Now, if I shared my mother's name, my father's name, other information like that, they are their own separate entity. That would be considered doxing because they did not consent to me giving their private information to a public, a public platform or giving it out in a public way. Yeah, I mean, this all these tweets, like, it's crazy. Like, I like these, like, go in here, like, that man actually wants to take his YouTube problems to the news. Like, that one end horribly. He hearted this. Like, could you make it more obvious that you're biased towards comments that are positive to you? I wouldn't be surprised if he's hiding some of these as well, just like Quantum is. Like, well, then again, if he's hiding them, I don't know how I'd see them. I retract that statement. But he might, like, he's obviously just ignoring them as well. He's ignoring, like, all. He's pulling a YouTube. He's ignoring most of the comments unless he wants to dunk on him real quick and call him stupid. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, that's it for the Ackman Quantum stuff. I mean, we can double back and check on a couple things. Let's see. Ackman, did Ackman post anything up? This one's from 14 hours ago. Just because I've been busy doesn't mean I haven't been paying attention. Justice for Ackman. We'll be following up with everything tomorrow, of course. Who is? Oh, this is Osmongold. Okay, I was like, who the fuck is Zach? It's Osmongold. So interesting. It's weird to see Osmongold with like short hair because he usually has the long hair, like in this picture. One True King, Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Bro, remember when Mountain Dew Game Fuel was like the thing with Halo? Like that was like, go get Mountain Dew, get double XP for Halo, and then get double XP for COD. Like Mountain Dew Game Fuel was like pretty crazy back in the day. They did a lot of advertising for that kind of stuff. It's harder to do now because it's like you don't even. I feel like let's see. I feel like Mountain Dew can't really do that anymore because COD and Halo and Battlefield, there's a lot of negativity going towards them and they don't want the brand associated with it. So I haven't seen as much advertising around that stuff. I don't keep up with those entities that much though, so maybe that's still going on, but I don't see it as much as I used to. And like the old school ads were cool though. Like the old school like Halo, Double XP, Mountain Dew, Game Fuel ads, like that kind of stuff was. Dude, you guys remember? Hold on, we're gonna do a little bit of a palate cleanser here. After all that, like talking about whatever nonsense. We're gonna talk about Mountain Dew Game Fuel for a second and like COD trailers and stuff because there's like the Black Ops 1 live action trailer. Like, do you guys remember these trailers? I'll mute it because I think we're just gonna end up with like music on us if we don't. But this is official from COD. Like, bro, like I'm pretty sure they put official music on it, like licensed music. So I don't want to play that. But do you guys remember these? Like, these were so cool back in the day. Like these live action trailers. I think it started around like the Modern Warfare 3 Black Ops 1 time. I don't know if Black Ops 4 was the first one to do it. We can Google that and see. But I think like there's a couple of them that they've done, and they're always fun, And this guy's like thinking of the taste. This is the taste of escalation. I think this was for the Escalation DLC specifically. I think that's what it was. So this is him like daydreaming about it. That's not what I mean. I mean stuff like this. Yeah, the Black Ops 2 one was even funnier. I think I don't know who the guy is in this, but fucking ads. But I think the Russian guy. There's like a Russian guy that has a tablet. You saw it in the thumbnail. I think he's Russian. I don't know, but I think that might be Russian FPS. Like, yeah. Like it plays back in black. I've watched this trailer a million times. I know exactly what it plays. I don't want to play any of it because YouTube would fucking take me out. But like, look at just the kind of pseudo wonder they do with the camera just tracking back to everybody. It's so great. Robert Downey Jr. is in this as a fighter pilot, like just in the jet, incoming. Just I know exactly what they say too. It's great, surprise, like yeah, ooh. She says like "Hi, boys" or something like that. Again, I can't play it for. Actually, maybe no, there's no subtitles. Tacitus. I don't know who this is, but I don't. He at least reminds me of FPS Russia, like that guy. The guy, I think he's been kicked off. Like I don't know if the Russian government got him or not. I don't know, but he used to do a lot of gun related stuff on YouTube. He was basically the Russian version of Forgotten Weapons. If you guys don't know Forgotten Weapons, check it out. It's an awesome channel. They talk all about like they talk about like the P90s, like all the weapons from World War II and all kinds of stuff. It's great. You go to firing ranges and stuff. It's really fun to watch. Really entertaining. Oh, it's like the surprise trailer, and it comes all the way back to this guy. It's so good. This makes you want to play the game, right? Like it's so good. There was a Ghosts one I remember. I think Ghosts had one. Did I actually watch it? I'm pretty sure I did, because then we had like the Extinction of Zombies bit. Oh yeah. Because it's like I'm gonna live until I die. I'm gonna laugh. It was like Frank Sinatra playing on it because they're in Vegas. Like the fact that this looks 10 times better than Army of the Dead, and Army of the Dead had a gigantic fucking like budget, but this is just a bunch of random dudes that they're like, here, we're gonna give this, we're gonna film some stuff like cinematically. So good. Take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die. Like I know the parts of this. I've seen this that much. It's so good. Like the sticky like IED thing. Love it. Is that who is that? I know that person. I think that's the chick from. No, it's not. Is that Angelina Jolie? Because I remember. I think that move is similar to what she did in Wanted, where she pushed the guy out the way and shoot. But I don't know if that's her though. I don't know. The space levels, like the space level was cool. I wish we would have gotten. There's actually a game like that. Somebody has made a COD type game that's like an arcade type shooter. Well, arcade milsim shooter thing, whatever you want to call it. It's a COD like. It's a COD like shooter, but it's all space based. So you're like fighting around like satellites and stuff, and you're floating around in an astronaut suit. And if you get shot, you actually have to like patch the holes in your suit. You have to like fix it so that it stops like bleeding out, basically. It's a really interesting idea. It's full like 3D combat. You're like floating around people. There's like a little motion sensor, so like if someone's moving near you but they're behind cover and you can't really see them, you'll know their general direction, so you can hunt people. It looks cool. The gameplay looks cool. It's what I wanted out of like stuff like this. But this was just in the campaign. You never got any like multiplayer space maps, which is like it would have been really cool gameplay if they tried to do that. Like the Arctic, and we're in Vegas. Like, yeah, I remember Octane. I think Octane was what they called it. The Vegas map where it's all deserty and fucked up. Like, oh, that was a fun one. Woo! Yeah, I love that. There's a soldier in all of us. The soldier in all of us ads, man, they were so good. There's the A10 just strafing by, and it's like the water fountain going up. You know, if you guys know about Vegas, that fountain is like a dancing fountain. I think is what they call it. It's like at certain times it'll like spurt off just like this, but it's an A10 doing it instead. Like it's so funny. Oh, the vet and the noob, bro. Okay, this is the last one. Then I'm gonna get on to some other topics, but like this is, I swear, this is the last COD trailer. Like the vet and the noob. I remember this. Yeah, that's why I said I don't know when it started. But it was like Modern Warfare 3. Like Sam Worthington and Jonah Hill. Like look at them. Look at these absolute units. The noob with the grenade. And he learns over the course of the trailer. It's great because you've got like the vet and the noob, and he's taking him out. He's doing his thing. Sam Worthington, great actor, by the way. Love his movies. He was like he's I think he's the same guy from Avatar. Avatar test. Yeah, it is Sam Worthington. He plays Jake Sully. In Terminator Salvation, he plays one of the guys that's trying to get to John Connor. I mean, I'm gonna spoil it. He's like a Terminator, but he didn't know he was a Terminator type deal. It was kind of cool. But he plays it great no matter what movie he's in. I've seen him in a lot of movies, and I love Sam Worthington. Jonah Hill's great too. I love him. Seen him in a lot of comedies. He looks to be a little thinner in this one. Either that or that's just high and tight, and it makes him look really good. I don't know, but it depends. It's like no, yes, and he blows up the whole floor. Should I use the knife? Yeah, should I have used the knife? That's the line. Watch and learn. And there you go. Like, this was the vibe that COD gave off back in the day. It felt cool. It felt like a shooter. It felt fun to do. The second they stopped doing these live action trailers, you know the fun had left Call of Duty. And it had become, yeah, like, this is like, I love this moment because he's like, Sam Worthington's character, the vet, is like, okay, you're gonna, relax, big dog, I got this. Yeah, here, you stay here, cover me. I got this. He takes a grenade. I love this because it's like, yeah. And then, oh god, just he's just killing him. He's great because it's like how you feel when you get good at playing a Call of Duty. Yeah. God, there was one of them. It's not this one. Wait, there was a Vet Noob Trash Talk trailer. Yeah, I think I remember that. It was very like it was like a cold open kind of bit. It was just like direct humor. It was like I'm gonna say some shit about him. Like what? No, what are you gonna say? I'm gonna say this. Like no, don't say that. What are you talking about? Like let's just go up and stab him. Don't do anything else. Okay. Like go up and stab him. My teabag on the eye. No, you don't. Like it was an Abbott and Costello type of bit, and it was great. Soldiered all of us. Like look at this and tell me it doesn't make you want to hop in an MW3 lobby. Goodbye to the old days of gaming, boys. We're stuck with the microtransactions and all the bullshit. We can't even enjoy Ackman videos, man. YouTube's taking that from us, too. Gaming's being destroyed before our eyes. But I digress. Oh, yeah, the Power Rangers thing. We were going to look at all the Megazords. Let's do that, and then I'm going to get on some other things. But I did have this saved from earlier, so I want to get into this. The Thunder Megazord. That's a cool one. The Mega Tiger Zord. The Ninja Megazord. Interesting. So a lot of these will feel like there's a lot of film grain to it, and it's going to feel very foreign because a lot of this, like, it came from Japan. If anybody doesn't know, the Power Rangers came from Japan. So yeah, this actually appears in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. There's a updated badass version of this that appears in the actual movie for the Ninja Megazord. The Shogun. Oh, that's cool. It's like a samurai one. But the Zeo Megazord, the Zeo Mega Battle Zord, Super Zeo Megazord. Jeez, there's like 3 versions of that one. The Turbo, Power Rangers Turbo. I don't know about the show, but watching the movie, like the movie was pretty fucking stellar. Like at least as stellar as a Power Rangers movie can be. It was pretty fucking lit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's cool. The Rescue Megazords, Power Rangers Rescue. I remember that. Yeah, there's like Power Rangers Turbo, and then the Power Rangers movie, like the Rescue version of the Megazord. I remember that one. The Astro Megazord from Power Rangers in Space. Yep. The Mega Voyager. I don't remember that one. Astro Delta 1. I don't remember a Megazord with big ass guns. Oh, I would have killed for that as a kid. That's cool. It's a gigantic mech with gigantic guns on it. You know, now that I think about it, Power Rangers is why I like Pacific Rim as much as I do. Because it's just all mecha shit. Like, that's what it is. But Pacific Rim is badass mecha shit. It's, like, evolved from just your guys in rubber suits type stuff to it's, like, blah, destroying, like, cities, fucking fighting giant kaiju monsters, like, in high fidelity with water effects and lighting. It just looks good. Oh, my God. Lightspeed. Oh, yeah, Lightspeed. Yes, Lightspeed Rescue. I remember Lightspeed Rescue. Super Train. Time Force. I'm stopping. I'm not saying the Megazord part anymore because they're all Megazords. We get it. There's Wild Force. I don't know if I remember Wild Force being a thing. Storm from Ninja Storm. I do remember Ninja Storm a bit. Thundosaurus. I had a version of this, a tiny version, but I had a version of the Thundosaurus Megazord, and I had a version of like all the little parts that went, all the little like dudes, like the Red Ranger and then the Triceratops Blue Ranger. I remember that one. Delta Squad from Power Rangers SPD. I don't remember this configuration, but I do remember Power Rangers SPD a bit, just a tiny bit. Titan from Mystic Force. Drive Max from was this from Operation Overdrive? That's weird. Jungle Pride from Jungle Fury. High Octane from Power Rangers RPM. That's like a car thing they did. Look at the doofy ass fucking faces on the little eyes. It's so silly. Samurai Megazord. Nice. That's cool with the sun in the back and the waves. That's really cool. Gozai Great Megazord. That's Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce. Legendary Megazord. Dino Charge. I don't remember Dino Charge. Ninja Seal, don't remember that one. Some of these are newer as well when I stopped watching Power Rangers. Like, I only watched it a bit as a kid, so I only watched, like, 2 or 3 of the series. And obviously, like, all the movies, because they were fucking great. But, and then there's this one. But yeah, no, the Power Rangers, Megazord, Mighty Morphin. There's a ninja version of it from the movie Megazord. There's, like, this version of it was in the movie. is a really cool thing. The CGI doesn't hold up that well, as you can see. The CGI is not great, but you can still watch it and appreciate it because they were really trying. They just couldn't do it at that time. Like they didn't really like Power Rangers was already a really cheap show to produce, so for them to do a movie, some of this stuff just wasn't in the budget, and you had to like kind of cut corners in certain areas. But I mean, look at the way they look though. Like the suits always looked fucking great for them. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers like ninja suits that they get, they're like the animal stuff instead of the other ones. Instead of the standard suits they have, they because these are like the new like animal suits they got during the movie. Or no, I'm sorry. These are the suits they have, but later they get like a ninja version of the suit. That's like them wearing like ninja robes. The new suits for the new Rangers, not great. Not gonna lie. Like, let them design their own suits and don't do this like detail everywhere crap. Which is a great segue into my next topic of discussion. So, we are going to talk about some of the other shit that pisses me off when it comes to stuff. So we're going to look up Zerg, right? So this is a thing that I wanted to talk about, and we covered the quantum stuff already. So I want to talk about this a little bit, before we end the stream. Not a little bit, but like you get the idea. Like before we end the stream, I want to discuss this. So this is from Lightyear. This is like promotional material from the show now, or from the new movie. Now, if you see this image, you might be like, "Oh, okay, it's Zurg. He's got the little blaster gun. He's looking pretty cool." But the problem is that this doesn't show it in scale. If you look at it in scale, Zurg is fucking gantic. This image especially pisses me off. I can never get a high quality image of this fucking thing. So like, I want it for scale though. I want the Lightyear for scale in the shot. Yeah, you can see it here. So you can see how big he is. He's gigantic. Like he's like 3-4 times bigger than Buzz is, right? Now anybody that knows Buzz Lightyear, now a lot of people are like, oh, what's the big deal? Well, this is just something that pisses me off because the high fidelity thing, alright, I already hate that for Buzz Lightyear, but if you want to make a show and you want to base it on like a real person and a real thing and a real live action type show, according to their universe, it's live action, like, alright, maybe, sure. Do the high fidelity renders of things, scratches and all that, and okay, fine. Don't make it cartoony. Make it more like gritty with its textures and everything like this. Alright, sure. If you want to go that route, you can go that route. They did it with Turning Red. Turning Red was still cartoony, but they had certain parts like the fur simulation that was higher fidelity. I didn't really mind it because that was just one part of it, and the rest of it was really expressive animation, and it's a good movie. In this, it's like everywhere. It's like the whole thing. But that's what they want to go for. And the problem is you run into shit like this, where the new design looks like some shit out of Pacific Rim, which, when you say that, it sounds cool. What if Zurg was a Pacific Rim, like, Jaeger? That would be fucking awesome, right? Like, here's a side-by-side comparison. What's wrong in these images? Find me the difference. Well, first off, he doesn't have his little Zurg symbol. That's supposed to be like a little lightning bolt Z medallion. It's gone. It's not even there. The iron sights on this. The point with the original Zurg design in Toy Story was that it's a fucking toy. It's supposed to be basic. It's supposed to look like this. I'm gonna open it full for you guys. It's supposed to look like this. He wears a cape. The pin on the cape is a little like lightning Z for Zurg. He looked kind of like this in the original Toy Story. This was his bit. Why? He was a knockoff of Darth Vader. That was the joke. The joke was, it was parody of Darth Vader. There was even jokes within Toy Story where it was like, join me, Buzz Lightyear. Like, I think Buzz has a nightmare at one point, or something, where it's like, join me, Buzz Lightyear, I am your father. It might be a short or like a blooper thing. But it's like, I am your father. It's like, I'll never join you, like, whatever. It's a joke on Darth Vader. And the people who made the new design don't care or don't fucking remember that it's supposed to be that. So when you make it a giant mecha, in principle, it sounds cool. It sounds like that would look really cool. But it doesn't. And again, I can't get a bigger image of that. But you guys can just see the scale difference. I mean, you can see the design difference. He's got no cape. They're adding a bunch of they're adding like tubes around the neck. They're making him a big fucking mecha thing. And this is the kind of thing where you clearly don't respect the source material. Then as a fan of the character, I'm supposed to go watch this? Why would I? You're already off-putting with Buzz. You're already off-putting with giving him a new sidekick that's not the same from the show. He doesn't have any of his buddies from the show. He does have a robot cat, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to see the robot cat? This little fucker, there's already plushies of it. It's merchandise. Which, again, that's the point. Sell this to kids. I get it. But this cat goes with him on the little space op so he can be there with him the whole fucking movie. Look, why is he in the cockpit with you, Buzz? You're going on a space launch, my guy. Why is he with you? What's the point? The point is so that he can be there the rest of the movie and be merch. That doesn't add to the plot. It just adds to the merch. Now, if you want to make merch that's related to the plot, sure. Plot first, merch second. You don't put the merch first. Because when you put the merch first, you forget to write the story. Because you're just writing the merch. I mean, you know they're going to set, like, here he's, like, being an alarm clock for Buzz. Buzz is sleeping, he's acting as an alarm clock. Or I think in this scene he's actually, like, it's kind of like an alarm clock or like a fucking, what do you, like the little white noise machines trying to, like, give him soothing jungle noises, stuff like that. And you know they're going to sell that as, like, get the Buzz Lightyear robot cat alarm clock or noisemaker or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Like, you just know it's going to be a thing. You know it's going to be merch. I mean, like, this creates a new Toy Story mystery. I don't want to see what Screen Rant's talking about on that, but, that's the thing. Like, it's all just, I mean, and this is the friend they're giving him. Now, before anybody says anything, all of my critiques that I'm about to be spitting out here has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman, has nothing to do with the fact that she's black, has nothing to do with that. Okay, so stuff it. It's because this character actually continues a trend in a way where if I look up Buzz Lightyear Mira, I think it's a Mira. Yeah, it's Mira Nova. She is a red-headed, blue-skinned alien. Right? Oh, I forgot about the vampire robot episode. I remember that. That was a cool episode. Oh, damn, that's interesting. I'm gonna not scroll down for certain reasons. We're gonna keep it above the waist here. But I mean, you look at Mira, right? And then we go back and we look at whoever his new sidekick is. Again, I don't remember her name from the trailer because I do not give a shit. But you look at them side by side. Like, this is the same thing. I heard a great term for this the other day, and it's a great way to describe it. Ginger side, right? And not ginger in the derogatory sense, but ginger in the sense of a redheaded person, right? We understand what that means, that one word. And ginger side is just a pretty perfect word because media does this constantly, where they'll take from the source material now, she's not supposed to be Mira, but she's a female companion for Buzz. Okay, if she's a female companion for Buzz, she happens to be black, which the last one happened to be a redhead. And again, Marvel's done this, and other media has done this, where characters that in the comics or in the source material that they're pulling from, they were gingers. They were redhead, freckles, whatever, and then they turn them black. Of all things, a lot of times it specifically goes from ginger to black. I don't know why. And again, the answer is representation. Which again, if you want to, great. They did create a brand new character with this. But it's a character I don't care about because Mira already exists. People are not a fan of Buzz from Toy Story. Like, they like him for the memes. He's funny. It's a great performance by the actors. But they look at it as part of the Toy Story story, right? They like Buzz in Toy Story, that version of Buzz. But for the cool actual Space Ranger Buzz, people like Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. They like this guy. This is Buzz Lightyear. If you want to watch a cool television show, I said he had a bunch of friends, right? There's all his friends. I don't remember these two, but here's Mira. Here's some big red dude. Again, don't remember their names. And then here's like a little robot dude. They're all space rangers and they serve Star Command. It's like the Green Lanterns, right? If that's kind of the setup is they each come from a different area and they all join up to be rangers and they all wear the same uniform. It's kind of like the Green Lanterns, right? And they're all, look at how diverse this is. Look at how diverse in the designs they are. She's skinny, he's broad chested, he's round, he's a fucking robot cylinder with an egg shaped head. I mean, well, technically not an egg shaped head. That's just his head that covers his other head, you know? But it's like his helmet, basically. But it's cool, right? You would love to see this. If they would have put this in that high fidelity 3D render and given it to us, a lot of people would have been happy with that. A lot of people would have said, wow, great job. Instead, people are critiquing the new character. And again, some people are going to be racist about it. I'm not being racist about it. I'm just saying, why are you making this new character? Why are you making this new story? Well, okay, because it's supposed to be the different Buzz Lightyear story that Buzz's toy in Toy Story is supposed to be based on is this. And I'm like, well, why didn't you base it on this? Disney has a hate on for Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a great show. Like, just give us the show. Give us these characters. But again, that doesn't fit the message. That doesn't fit their representation and their whatever. Again, coming from Disney, I wouldn't be surprised with what Disney's pulled lately, and we're going to get into more of that. But I wouldn't be surprised with their pattern of behavior if the titular character, Buzz Lightyear, is sidelined and made a goof in his own series so that the strong female, the strong female character can come in and save him. Again, there's nothing wrong with a strong female character as long as it's organic. But downplaying the hero just so the sidekick looks better, it's not a good look. It doesn't work narratively. It's bad. It's just bad. I mean, look at this. They look cool here, right? This picture. They're all standing there. It's fun. They got their little ship that they go around in. It's just fun. It was fun. Why did you not continue the fun, Disney? What's wrong with you? Why do you kill the things we like? Why do you get rid of it? Yeah, why Pixar hates this Buzz Lightyear TV show, the history of Buzz Lightyear Star Command. I don't know why they do. I'm sure it's not for any really legitimate reason. It's just don't fucking like it. Ooh, wait. Oh, it's one of the wait videos from Jordan Fringe. He does this wait, do you remember this type thing? Kind of like I did with the COD things. But he's and he goes into a whole video about it. I haven't seen this particular video, but that's kind of the thing. I mean, look at that. Look at that smug face. Look at that. He's going to blast him with a laser. You don't see the laser on his glove, but it's animation. Things like that. You don't really need to draw the laser bit too much. You get the idea. It's a stealth laser hidden in the glove. But it's cool. It's cool. It could have been cool. I mean, look at this. Look at her wearing sunglasses. It's cool and it's fun. They even have the old grumpy, commander guy. That's the stereotypical, I'm in charge and I'm old and I don't like that you don't listen to me. It's fun. It's really fun. I mean, I vaguely remember an episode with this guy as well. I don't remember what it was, but I think he was a decoy sent by Zurg or something. Or he was a mole sent to infiltrate Star Command and sabotage it from within. I think that's what it was. Okay, but I mean that's just one of the things that's annoyed me, right? And this is on the greater topic of not respecting source material. And I'm not saying make it exactly the same. If you want to add to it and make a new story or improve something, like Boba Fett. Boba Fett, I'm not talking Book of Boba Fett. I'm talking, in the original series, we just had Boba Fett, and people were they latched onto him as a character in the original, 4, 5, and 6. Or 4, 5, and 6. There you go. But they latched on and they were like, oh, Boba Fett's a badass. We like Boba Fett. So then, what does Lucas do? Well, he gives him this backstory, and in the extended universe, they give him oh, he's this bounty hunter, and he's going on this, and he's killing this guy. Yeah, he gave the fans what they wanted because they wanted to see more of Boba Fett, so he gave them more of Boba Fett. And then some people were upset by the whole prequel canon of him being a clone, but that doesn't diminish him as a bounty hunter at all. It's just no, his dad was a bounty hunter. He was trained to be a bounty hunter. He acts like a bounty hunter. He's still Boba. It still counts. There's nothing diminishing about it. So that's how you do a character right. And then Disney fucked up Boba Fett because they forgot he's supposed to be a badass bounty hunter, not some wannabe crime lord. That fucking show, Book of Boba Fett, is just it's just indicative of Disney Star Wars. It's indicative of Disney writing in the modern era. mean, like, another thing, like, if we're gonna, like, let's transition now to Star Wars, right? There's a reason I brought it up. So, actually, Revon. Yeah, so this is Revon, actually. He's a badass. I don't know. I don't know who he is, but apparently he's from, like, Knights of the Old Republic that people like. But there's Reva. There's this character, Reva, right? We're going to talk about this. And again, I state, it is not because she is black. It is not because she is female. Simple as that. So it's because the character is written badly. The rest of the show is also written badly. It's not like the rest of the show is great except her. It's like, no, her character is written badly. The story is contrived. It breaks canon. It has no idea what it's doing with the writing. Leia's character is written badly. The Obi-Wan's character is completely destroyed in his own show. And this is what I said earlier about sidelining the main character. Obi-Wan isn't even the focus in the show right now. It's just he happens to be around on this adventure while Reva and Leia are getting a bunch of screen time. And I'm like, guys, why? Why? If you guys want to look into this, you're free to look at RK. I think it's RK Outpost. He keeps up with Kenobi. If you want in-depth stuff, I would go to Disparu. I'm gonna give him a shout out real quick. Show you guys what I'm talking about. So this guy is Disparu, which like, God bless him and like Angry Joe and other people that cover this, other reviewers, because I know I couldn't sit through fucking 5 minutes of this shit. I couldn't. From what they've told me, I couldn't. And I see the clips and I know what they're saying is true. They show me evidence of it. And like, these are just and it's hilarious because when he does these reviews, he doesn't say Obi-Wan Kobe, he says Obi-Wan can blow me, which it's funny. I don't really condone the whole like getting the name wrong thing, but when you're taking the piss out of something and you're critiquing it hard, you might as well. If you don't like it, just, I understand why you go for it, but it just, he covers it in depth. You guys can see these videos are like an hour long. He goes over the entire episode, every line of dialogue, every moment, and it's just pathetic. The writing and everything. And the problem is that we already had a story before Reva. We literally had a story before Reva for being, like, Reva is the third sister, I believe. I believe her character is referred to as the third sister. But the thing is, in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, we have basically the same character. We have second sister, known as Trilla. She was a Padawan, obviously, at some point. A lot of, like, basically all the Inquisitors are Jedi that turned to the dark side during the Purge. And they were captured, tortured, forced to join the dark side, or be killed. Basically, it was join us and become evil, or we will torture you and eventually just kill you, because you're useless to us. That's the Empire. At least in this it is. In Kenobi show, no, you can fail Lord Vader a million times, you still won't get killed because you're the main character representation. So obviously you can see from this, Trilla is not white. She is not. Because she's based on an actual human being. She's based on this woman. She's based on this woman. They scanned her face, they did mocap and everything to create this character. Like, this is Trilla. She's clearly dark-skinned. So, she's female. She's dark-skinned. So, that's why none of this has to do with if you're female, if you have dark skin or anything. It has to do with if the character is written badly. Trilla is an amazing character in the game. She walks like a Sith. She talks like a Sith. She acts like a Sith. Because they respect the fucking source material. Respawn, the guys behind it, they know how to make good games. And they know how to write good stories, as evident by the Titanfall 2 campaign. They know how to do this shit. They know character development. They know how it works. And Trilla is amazing because all the way to the end, before Lord Vader, he cuts her down in this scene, dude. Like, she fails him, so he just straight up kills her for failing him. And the last thing she says is, avenge us, right? You can see it in her face. She's sad. She's remorseful for what she's done, what she's had to do to survive as a Sith Inquisitor. Now, it's not to excuse her behavior. She chose to be a Sith Inquisitor instead of die valiantly as a Jedi. So now, she doesn't even get to die as a Jedi. She dies as a Sith Inquisitor full of regret for the terrible things she's done. She has no redemption. She has no moment of good. She doesn't help the hero. All the way to the end, she's fighting for the Emperor, for the Empire in the name of Lord Vader. She's evil. She's the same thing. She's supposed to be the same fucking thing as Reva in the Kenobi show. She's not white. She's not a man. She's a Sith Inquisitor. And she's tasked with hunting down a certain thing and retrieving it for Lord Vader. That's what she's literally tasked with hunting Jedi, just like that's all the Sith Inquisitors do all fucking day is they hunt Jedi constantly. Like, we love the second sister because she's a great character. Now, not in the sense that we want to be her, but that she's a great villain. You love to hate her. Like, I mean, she's just fucking awesome. Reva's not. Reva's a terrible character with inconsistent powers. She's loud and obnoxious, and she shouts all the time like this. Sith don't do that. Sith are cold. They're calculating. When they're in when Trilla is in control of the situation during the game, she toys with you. This is the first time she meets you. She finds out the player's a Jedi. Oh look, what do we have here? A lightsaber. She picks up the main character, the player character, with the Force, throws her over to Ninth Sister, who grabs him with one hand, another female character, physically strong, holds him over a fucking cliff, and is like, I found the Jedi. She taunts him and drops him off to his death. And they're toying with him. They like to toy with them because they know they're powerful, right? And again, it's convenient for the player to get away and to continue gameplay, right? Because at any point they could have just cut down Cal Kestis. But that is dark side. It is their own hubris. They believe they are stronger than they are. When good, we know, wins out in the end. Also, this is a night witch, by the way. This is a one of the excuse me. This is one of the characters that you meet in the game as well. This is one of the night witches from Darth Maul's planet of Dathomir. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, guys, go play the game. Go check out Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order is fucking awesome. All the characters are really well written. The story is really interesting, and you really feel for it. There's a great vision that Cal has when he's finally about to reach the end of the game and get what he wants. He gets a vision inside of this temple they're standing in before this fight scene. And the vision's horrifying. And, like, as the player, you like, I teared up. I was, like, crying. I was like, oh my god. The things I was witnessing were horrifying because I could think of it from Cal's perspective because I was on his side. Oh yeah, this is a fun thing. If you beat the game, this is like a thing from your vision, is like him becoming a Sith Inquisitor. That's just part of your vision. This isn't part of the vision. This is like you, like, get bodied by Darth Vader in the end. Cal doesn't die. He escapes because they're making a sequel. But he's like, Vader shows up to pick on you. And it's cool because when you beat the game, if you do a New Game Plus, you can wear the Sith Inquisitor outfit, which is kind of fun. It makes cutscenes look very awkward, though, when you're talking to, like, your rebel friends and stuff. It's like, why are you wearing that? But that's what I'm talking about. This kind of shit where they don't respect the character. They did this to Shang-Chi, where they emasculated him and made him look stupid, and all the other women around him they were really good at what they were doing. It's like, even, like his sister was a complete fucking Mary Sue, where, and like, his friend was a Mary Sue, where she'd never done archery before in that movie. And then, oh yeah, she just magically is great at archery? Like, the fuck? She's not magic, she doesn't have powers. That wasn't established. How the fuck is she this good at archery? Immediately, what the fuck? Like, again, all of it is just so poorly written. And they had no excuse for writing Reva the way they did, other than they wanted to push a message. They had lazy, bad writers who didn't do their job, and it results in this. It results in Trilla being left behind in a much better written story, and I really need them to keep their grubby little fucking hands off of Jedi Survivor. I swear to God, if they interfere with that story and make it worse, I'm going to be pissed. Disney, hands off of the Respawn games. Leave them alone and let them do their work. You need no say in it. Just leave them alone and let them do it. They clearly know what they're doing. Jesus. But, like, the Kenobi show, it pisses me off. I like Star Wars. I wanted a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then it turned out to be shit. And I'm like, what's this shit? We're going to continue down this rabbit hole, by the way. I mean, y'all want to see some shit? Let's see some shit. fucking Amazon's Rings of Power. You want to talk about disrespecting the fucking source material, my guy? Holy shit. What is this? Again, this one's actually kind of about race because it's not that I don't want a black person in it. It's the fact that in Middle Earth, there is already races of dark skinned people that live in the south of Middle Earth. Tolkien wrote about this in his books. You have these books you could be pulling from. I don't know if they can, legally speaking. I don't know what parts from his estate they purchased the rights to. You know, them being Amazon. I don't know what Amazon purchased exactly, but I assume you could probably get the rights to those ones. They'd probably let you. But after seeing this, I don't think the Tolkien estate's going to trust anyone ever again. They might have tainted all other, like, Lord of the Rings products because now it's like, dude. And again, it's not like everybody's white. Like, yeah, because Tolkien wrote, like, everybody to be white because that's what he wanted. It's not that he's racist or anything. It's just that's what happened to come out when he wrote it. It's like, she's a dwarf, by the way. If you're wondering what she's supposed to be, she's supposed to be a dwarf. This is someone who's supposedly in the lineage of a dwarf. First off, her hair's not even similar because we've seen dwarfs before done correctly, right? If we look at the female dwarves in The Hobbit, this is Gimli from Lord of the Rings. This is a dwarf female from The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, right? This is in the film. Look at her. Look at the way her hair is put up. She has a beard. Because in Tolkien's work, he has Gimli make, the joke about like, oh, they've mistaken dwarf women for dwarf men. So this has led to the myth that, dwarves have no women and we simply pop out of holes in the ground. That's an actual line and it's canon. Like, this is a dwarf. These are dwarves. That's a dwarf. We go back. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. We go back and back and back and back. I probably should just open a new tab. Do you guys see the difference? The skin color, and now I'm not going to say the skin color is wrong. It's just inaccurate according to what Tolkien wrote. These are people whose lineage has been dwelling underground for like ever, right? Like, they are dwarves. They spend basically their entire lives underground. Thus, they don't have melanin. They don't have an evolutionary reason to be this color. It has no fucking basis in what we understand from how humans develop. Or not how humans, but how any species would develop. Even animals. The color of animals and the color of their fur. Did you know that a polar bear actually has black skin? And I don't mean black like, like African-American black, like brown skin. No, they have jet black skin because they live in the Arctic. They have to keep out the solar radiation, so their skin is like that. But they're also hunters. They are predators. They have to blend in with the environment so their prey doesn't see them coming. So they have white fur. That's why they look white. But if you strip back the fur, you'll find that they actually have black skin. That's a thing that polar bears have. Because it's an evolutionary thing. And the thing is, these might have been created like in the first age, right? In the beginning of Tolkien's Middle Earth, right? There's a couple of gods, and I think they there's like a god that starts making life, and he makes the elves first, and then he makes like dwarves, and then men, and then hobbits. Well, Harfoots, the precursor to the hobbits, get made. Like, they show up, and then all kinds of other stuff. But the weirdest thing is, like, there are tribes from, not tribes in the savage sense, but there are groups of people, let's say. There are groups from the south of Middle Earth where we haven't seen that in any of the movies, and nobody really talks about it, right? Well, we see some of them in The Lord of the Rings, right? A couple of them come from the east, right? They come from the east, come from southeast, and they come up that way to come fight for Mordor, right? And they're the bad guys. But this is about the Second Age. This is before all of that. So you could show that entire race of people that have dark skin. You could show stories about them. You could make the whole damn cast that color if you wanted. And it would be accurate to what Tolkien wrote. Again, assuming they have the legal right to do so, which I don't know, because they only purchased part of the rights. I don't know why you didn't try to purchase more of the rights so you could play with it more. But inserting this doesn't help. It hinders it. Look at, and it's not just, oh, she's black. All of this is wrong. Like, Galadriel being a warrior, like, she's not really a warrior. She's a great, like, sorceress, right? She's a powerful, sort of elven witch. She's not really the, like, burly, put on the armor, let's go to war type person. She's like that. She's not really like that in the books. Tolkien didn't write her like that at all. And like, it's not like, oh, she's delicate. Like, no, she's terrifying, just as she was in Lord of the Rings. You see her terrifying side of, like, what kind of power she can pull out and how she can be, like, intimidating, downright terrifying if she really wanted to. She is strong with, strong with the Force. This one is. But look at Elrond. I mean, he doesn't even look like, this is supposed to be Elrond. This is supposed to be like King of the High Elves type guy, right? It doesn't even come close to looking like what's his name? The guy, the Matrix cast. Who is Agent Smith? Because it's the same guy. Hugo Weaving. Thank you. I knew it was like Hugo something. Hugo Weaving. He doesn't even come close to looking like Hugo Weaving. The hair is entirely wrong. The ears are jutting from his fucking head. Like, that's not the only image that appears in. Like, there's another one for, Rings of Power magazine covers. Like, they put out a bunch of new ones. Look at Galadriel's ears, dude. Look at her ears. They're off her head like it's a fucking radio antenna. It's trying to pick up a signal. Now, if we go back and we look at Galadriel in Lord of the Rings Galadriel, we look at her movie adaptation later, they're not that pronounced. They're folded back. They're not really that far out at all. Look at Legolas. Yeah, this one juts out a bit, but look at this one. It's folded back. It's the way you frame it, the way you put it in the camera. This is like almost a full frontal shot. Look at his ears. Look at how little of them we see. Elf ears are traditionally folded back. They're not stubby, weird things that sort of just shut off the head that much. Sometimes they poke out, like here, a couple times. But they're just so fucking far off of Galadriel's head in it. Like, it's going all the way out here. Now, you can chalk that up to bad photography. You maybe don't want to ever do them straight on. But this isn't even like a proper pose for Galadriel. It's not her being a strong woman, it's her trying to look like a strong man, but covering up the bits where the man bits would be for some reason. So the pose is irrelevant. Because the reason men sit like this, it's not because we think it's comfy. It's because, we have some bits to air out. Like, ladies, we have extra hardware we gotta deal with. And I mean, look at this. The chainmail's pointless. She's in the mountains. She has no cloak. And she's in the mountains in metal armor. Bitch, you're gonna freeze to death, dude. Like, you're gonna fucking freeze to death. Look at the sword. Look at how gigantic this sword handle is. This can't be her sword. It cannot be the sword she wields. Look at her tiny arms. Tell me that wields a sword. They couldn't even get the armor right. Like, look at the armor. Look at the armor. It's literally inconsistent on the design. This one has chainmail, like, coming around, and this one's like that. Maybe it's broken. I don't know. But it looks inconsistent. Like, it doesn't even look right. I mean, this looks like a fucking letter opener. It doesn't even look like a knife. It's like a fucking letter opener. I mean, just the scuffed nature of the metal, like, really? This is what an elven warrior wears? No, they wear armor when they go to war. Are you going to war in the mountains? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's so fucked. Like, no, and no. None of it. I'm having none of it. But if we want to look at the magazine covers again, it rears its head again with the Harfoots. Everything. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a bigger picture. Oh, no, don't save the picture. Jesus. Open image. There we go. That's big enough to see. But, alright. Can anyone, let's play spot the difference. The fuck is wrong with this image? Why is he this color? Like, bro, Harfoot, what the hell is he? He's taller, first off, which is weird. maybe he's like one of the bigger Harfoots. There are certain like there are certain like legends of certain hobbits being very big, you know, like Gandalf actually jokes with Bilbo in The Hobbit. He jokes to Bilbo about it. He's like, "Do you know that your ancestor?" And he points to like an image on the wall, like a picture he has of his that Bilbo has of like his great grandfather or something. He's like, "Did you know that your ancestor, you know, blah blah blah, whatever his name was." He was like, you know, did you know that he was so large that he could ride a real horse? Because hobbits and dwarves and such, they're so small they have to ride Shetland ponies instead of full size horses because they can't keep up with them. It's too big for them to maneuver. But yeah, like he's big. Like okay, we can maybe excuse that part. Like okay, maybe he's just one of the bigger Harfoots. Okay, cool, fair. We'll give him that one. But again, I've already explained the skin color thing. Like these are people that are nomadic and they live underground. Like they live in hobbit holes. They do stuff with mushrooms and they sit in the forest. Again, okay, but let's say he does have a reason to be. That would mean that by the time you get to Lord of the Rings, for this to remain canon, by the time you get to the Lord of the Rings film adaptation, if this is supposed to be canon to that film adaptation in any way, that would mean that all of the black hobbits were bred out and there's no more black hobbits, which eliminates the point of your representation because you're representing it in this one moment in time, and then when someone's like, "Oh, I like this," if they somehow like it, which okay, but if this is your first introduction to like Lord of the Rings type stuff, you're like, "Oh, I liked Rings of Power." Again, doubtful, but if you do, if you like it, fine. And if you're excited to see more, when you go to Lord of the Rings, when you go to the movies, when you go to The Hobbit, you ain't going to see this shit. It's not going to be there. There are no black hobbits. There are no black elves. They're not there. They're not around, dude. They're not around. I mean, Jesus. Like, and again, if you wanted to talk about dark-skinned people in Middle Earth, go to the south. Go to the southeast. I will show you guys a map of Middle Earth. I will show you right now, like, the map of the Middle Earth, right? This is Middle Earth. Well, it's not large enough, but here we go. This hopefully it's big. There we go. This is Middle Earth. So to explain Middle Earth for people that don't know, this is the Shire over here. This is where Frodo lives, right? Anybody that's familiar with the story, this is the Shire. Frodo lives here, right? Here's Rovanion, which is a big thing that basically separates the east from the west. The east from the west. It's me, your favorite ghost. Ghosty, what are you doing back, bro? It's 5 a.m. Go to bed. Now. gotta have a better sleep schedule than me, dude. Like, come on. So, here's Eredor. Eredor is this region. Rovanion is this region. Like, these are different kingdoms. There's smaller kingdoms within them. Like, you know, Minkia, Edenvath, you know, whatever. Like, however you pronounce them. I'm not too much of a Tolkien scholar on the pronunciations. There's Rohan. So, to explain it from the film's perspective, here is the Shire. Frodo traveled from the Shire down this way. Well, I think he probably would have. I think he hopped the river here. He went down. Oh, actually, no. Here's the red line. This is actually showing it. So this red line, if you guys can see that red line, I'm following it with my cursor right now. This red line here, that's the route that Frodo takes to go to Mordor. He goes from the Shire through Buckland, through here, over to Rurador, right? And then he has to go over the mountains. These are the Misty Mountains. This is the Misty Mountains. Here's the Gray Mountains. This is the mountains that Bilbo climbs in his movie, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Ghost says, I finished this game, got nothing to do. Great, fantastic. Join me for ripping on Rings of Power. But he goes over the Hobbit, in The Hobbit, Bilbo goes over the Misty Mountains. Here's the Iron Hills, and there is the Kingdom of Erebor. Again, this is not a big enough picture to see all the text. I need a large and in charge image of this. Size, large. Get a really big one. Ooh. Okay, this one might be a little clearer. Okay, it doesn't have the map, but we kind of know where everything is still. So, these are the Misty Mountains here. The Kingdom of Erebor is over here. So, in The Hobbit, You never been into Lord of the Rings? Good. Get into Lord of the Rings. Watch the Lord of the Rings movies. You can even watch the Hobbit movies if you want to. They're both great. Fuck the Rings of Power. It's a piece of shit, and I'm explaining why. So, here's Erebor, the Lonely Mountain, right? And this dragon's supposed to be Smaug, right? If you guys watch The Hobbit, you'll know all about this. You know, this guy's happen. You can watch The Hobbit first and then go watch Lord of the Rings, or you can watch Lord of the Rings and then go watch The Hobbit. You know, you watch The Hobbit. Oh, great. What'd you think of it? You know, I like it. I think it's a fun little set of movies. Little too a little too much of like the CGI and stuff. A little too, I don't know, something. But like certain bits didn't feel great, but the battles were pretty good. But here's Erebor. So in Frodo's story, or sorry, in Bilbo's story, he goes from the Shire in Hobbiton, right here. He goes. I think this is actually maybe detailing it. Oh, it's a road. He goes from here. He goes over the Misty Mountains, you know, through Mirkwood and over to Erebor. Right? Thought Hobbit. Fuck you. The Hobbit was mid. Good story, bad CGI. That's fair, actually. Yeah. Oh, you cut your hand? That's unfortunate, Ghost. You should definitely deal with that. You should get some bandage on that. Definitely. And then here's Asgaroth upon the Long Lake. There's like a big lake before you get to Erebor, and so there's like Lake Town in here. The Wood Elves live over here. Mirkwood's full of spiders. You guys get the idea. So that's for the Hobbit, right? And then in Lord of the Rings, where we start in Hobbiton again with Frodo. But Frodo goes through Bree. He goes through he takes the East Road, the last bridge. He goes through Rhuridor. He goes through. I don't think he goes through Trollshire. I think he's like he just gets taken all the way over. Yeah, Weathertop is like where they get caught by the ring wraiths, and then Frodo gets hurt, so he gets like shuffled off to Rivendell, which is the home of the elves. Let's see. So he goes to Rivendell, and then from Rivendell he goes down here through Lorien. He meets up with other elves. He goes through Rohan. He goes down into Mordor, and he goes to Mount Doom. And he throws the ring in the fire, and boom, there you go, problem solved. So as you guys can see, this is kind of the map here, and I kind of lost my train of thought on what I was saying. So I'm gonna back up a little bit here. So like, this is the map, right? And oh yeah, I was talking about the south. So here's Eredor, Rovanion, Rohan, and Gondor. Rohan and Gondor are like kind of not buddy that much, but they end up helping each other. Everybody bands together and goes against Mordor. Mordor's over here. So if you go down here, Mordor was not really a bad place until Sauron, right? And until his second rise, right? When he came back, he really fucked the place up. So there's like Nirn, you know? Like Nirn's one of the places. Haranador, Tofalius, Lebanine, Belfalis. You can see the little ship here, right? There's a lot of people around here doing trading. There's, you know, near Harad, Khan, right? Down here is where you find the brown people in Tolkien's world. They're down here, right? And you have all these areas you can talk about. We didn't even talk about Ered Dimra or Druaith, right? Those weren't even in the film. A lot of the stuff wasn't even in the film. You could talk all about all kinds of stuff. And again, Middle-earth looked different in the Second Age as well. So, you know, that's where we're at with it. But the thing is, Harfoots are supposed to be nomadic, right? But the thing is, the Harfoots, like, supposedly come from the south. So, like, all this is, like, taking place down here around Nirn, right? So if the Harfoots are down here, and then you go up here, that means all these Harfoots had to, like, travel all this way up to... Now, even assuming they hop a boat. Let's say they go over here and they hop a boat. And they go all the way around on a boat. They come up here. They get all the way up here. Let's say they go the farthest way. They take a boat and they go all the way up through the Sunderian Seas. They go through the Gulf of Loon. They end up at Grey Havens. And then they go over to the Shire. It's a gigantic fucking boat ride that no one's... What sea captain would even make that run? What would be the point? And why would you ferry a bunch of hobbits? So, again, they like to walk, right? That's why their feet look like this. Their feet are equipped for walking around, because they're nomadic. So if they walked all the way up here, they'd have to go through all of this shit just to get up here to the Shire. It's like, doesn't make any sense. Why would you put them down here? Why would you say they start down here and end up here? They're so fucking far away from that. That's already a problem. But I mean, even his design is like not that great. If you look at the ears, like you look at his like mutt chop fucking hair. It's not even a beard. It's just hanging off from his head. It's just literally mutt chops, but they don't even connect to his head. It looks like a big white like wig, which honestly I don't doubt that's what it is. Um, but I mean, it's so bad. Like even in this one, this one's even funnier because if you compare it to the other image we have, it's like different. So if we look at this image of her, look at how weird she looks. What? Now, not to say she's looking bad as a person. He looks kind of all right and like a normal photo. She looks a little odd, doesn't she? The reason for that is that this is a normal photo of her. Her hair is lopsided as all hell, but here it's fixed. Why? Because they photoshopped it. That's why. They went in, they photoshopped it, and there you go. There's this yellow sort of like glow to it, which is weird because like from what I understand, yellow lighting is supposed to be favorable to dark-skinned actors. So how the fuck it makes her look kind of worse than this image? I don't understand. Like she looks good here. What did you do to her here? Also, why is she giving this the why? Why is she making that face at us? She's a dwarf. Dwarves don't really make that kind of face. They maybe make an angry face. They may make, but here she's kind of smiling, kind of happy. Look at him. He's just kind of smirking. He's just like, yeah. I mean, but look at the design differences. Even he's not even like his little collar pieces may be gold, but she's got gold band, gold big necklace thing, fucking like again. So is this supposed to be like the halls of Erebor? Like, is that supposed to be the Lonely Mountain type stuff? Is that what the dwarves are supposed to be? Is like this is the height of their opulence and they have a bunch of wealth at this point? I guess. I mean, that's not really interesting in dwarf world. Of like, oh, the dwarfs have a bunch of money. Well, yeah, okay, so they won't really do much. Dwarf warriors are more interesting. Why not show us like Moria? You know. And I swear, if they try to say that this is happening in the mines of Moria, I'm gonna be pissed because Moria is like, it's supposed to be a great place, and this is just, it doesn't look right. Like I don't feel like this is the dwarves in Lord of the Rings. I just don't feel it. You know, look at the way she looks here. All that sparkly crap's off her head now. If you notice, there's glitter all over this. There's like no glitter here. There's maybe a little bit up here. Dead Island 2 will never come out. Yeah, you're right. It won't. Unfortunate. Yeah, Goat Simulator was mocking it. Goat Simulator 3 is coming out, and its trailer is mocking Dead Island 2's trailer, which is so funny. But this is the stuff I'm talking about, guys. It's like you don't respect the source material, and then things end up not fucking working. What is this? Is this about like that coat looks similar to something you'd see in Lake Town, but he's clearly in some kind of stable, which Lake Town doesn't really have. I mean, some of these even like if I just look at Rings of Power, craft up. I don't know what is this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's this taking. Oh, this is like from the Rings of Power. Okay, I seem to my OBS seems to have dipped a bit. Why is OBS doing this? I don't want to click on it. Give it a minute. I think this happened the other night as well. We had a bit of a stutter. Okay, encoding overloaded. Consider turning down. Blah blah blah. Are we still going? Ghosty, are we good? I'm gonna check the live stream here. Are we still good? Dipped a bit. Why is OBS doing this? I don't want to click on it. Give it a minute. I think this happened the other night as well. We had a bit of a stutter. Okay, encoding overloaded. Consider turning down. Blah blah blah. Are we still going? Ghosty, are we good? I'm gonna check the live stream. I think this happened the other night as well. We had a bit. Okay, there we go. We are good. Okay, we're still going here. But yeah, no, I mean this is like this is from the thing. These were what the dwarves look like in the flashback in Lord of the Rings when when they're like, you know, like Sauron crafted a bunch of rings. You know, 9 he gave to the to the dwarf lords, right? You know, or 7 were given to the dwarf lords. 9 to the race of men. 7 to the dwarf lords. 3 to the elves. Wisest and fairest of all creatures. Yada yada yada. This is this the beginning battle? I think this is the beginning battle from. Is it supposed to be? No, because this is from Rings of Power. What battle is this supposed to be? I have no idea. Because there's a similar battle in this, where in the beginning of Lord of the Rings they show you the battle where they defeat Sauron. It's badass. It's fucking, like, look at this motherfucker. This looks great. Why aren't you doing this? Look at the difference in design here. This looks fucking awesome. This looks fucking stupid. So much stuff that just doesn't make sense for the world building. So much stuff that just isn't, like, it's just not what you want to see. Like, you look at this. This is an image of the Lord of the Rings. This is what it looks like. This is what it's supposed to feel like when you look at it. Why don't I get that same feeling from the new stuff? I mean, this is from, like, this is from Rings of Power. Okay, got a big statue, a white city. Yeah, it's kind of similar. I kind of vibe with that. So why is it that you guys could figure out how to do a city that looked somewhat like what you'd expect Lord of the Rings to look like, but the character designs and the casting are not lore accurate, and they don't feel like Lord of the Rings? I'll tell you why. Because when you cast a character or when you design a character, you're doing it for a purpose. In this case, their purpose is to push some sort of fucking message of representation or something or other. I don't know why. It's like female empowerment and representation is like the big thing. It's like, female empowerment, great. Just write good female characters and we'll give a shit. But the female characters they just arbitrarily stuff in there. It's like, guys, you arbitrarily add these characters or you manipulate known characters and fuck up their character just to try and get yourself some brownie points, try and get a win. I mean, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? Like, your art team clearly knows what the fuck they're doing with the way the city looks. Why is your character design team failing? What is this? What even is this? What's happening here? Is that a hobbit? What's happening here? This is like a Harfoot. I don't know. You ever played DL2? I assume you mean Dying Light 2. No, I haven't played that one yet. The original one. Like, what is this? Is she, like, singing? Is she should be like, oh, like the gospel? What is she doing there? It's so weird. I mean, this was another one. Like, they've hit literally 3 different races with this. They have a black dwarf, a black Harfoot, and a black elf. I do not fucking know why. And he doesn't even look, his armor doesn't even look like an elf. He's got the cloak, maybe, but the cloak is really thin, so it's not even really a cloak in the traditional sense that it would be used to cloak you from the weather. I mean, look at, what is this? Elves don't wear this. Elves don't wear ornate, carved fucking, like, you want to see what an elf armor looks like? Shit. Like, they have their own type of armor they wear. It's gilded. It's gold and shiny. It has the most, like, they have some like embossing on it with some fucking strings. This is about as complex as it'll get with just these overlapping pieces. Also, looks fucking great, by the way. Like, that looks fucking cool. That's Lord of the Rings type shit. This is Lord of the Rings. This is actually from the movie. This is from Lord of the Rings. This is what they wear. Why the fuck is he wearing this? This is what I'm talking about. When you don't respect the source material, or when you know the source material and you, like, intentionally disrespect it. Like, they're trying to be different, and it's like, we don't want it to be different. We want more Lord of the Rings. We want stories of the Second Age. But goddamn, man, why did you fuck up all the visuals? Why are you, like, it's gonna come out that the visuals are gonna play into the narrative. The narrative is gonna be badly written. It's gonna be pushing some kind of agenda. It always is. It's just annoying. And that's not to say that you can't have an agenda. My god, I forgot how just fucking amazing these look. These are from the Battle of Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings. I want to say it's Two Towers. I want to say it's the second film where they have the Battle of Helm's Deep. Like, this is an elf army. This is an elf. This is an elf army. This is elf armor. these are elf quivers. This is an elf cloak. Look at how thick it is. It bunches up on itself. This is Lord of the Rings. What more instruction do you need in how to design the visuals for the Rings of Power show? It's all right here. There are fucking cosplayers. There are dudes making their own costumes at home out of plastic and cardboard that look better than you. Someone recreated the armor themselves. They recreated this armor. Look at it. Look at it. I want you to look at it. Look at it. He matched the pose because he gives a shit. The sword is the correct length. The helmet, the correct shape. Maybe a little big. Maybe a little big. It's a little big. It swoops a little too far in the front. Again, these are inaccuracies of an amateur cosplay artist in his fucking kitchen. Look at these tiles. He's in his kitchen. He's in his dining room taking this picture. He's matched the pose. He's got the one leg kicked out a little bit. He's got the mail running up, crossing over. He's got the plates just interacting with each other. He's got the armband that then becomes cloth. It's interesting that he chose this sort of beige cloth instead of the blue cloth. That's kind of interesting. The cape is also an interesting choice. The cape here, a little less gold. Maybe you couldn't get that kind of golden fabric. But again, this is just some guy in his spare time that did this. You're telling me a fucking show that costs this much fucking money. It costs like, how much does it cost? I think it costs like 15 mil an episode, 10 mil an episode. Like, guys, for fuck's sake. Why does it look like this? At least her armor is somewhat elvish, but again, she wouldn't even be wearing it. She wouldn't even be in the middle of all this, and this isn't really a thing she would do. Like, she might, but she wouldn't really present herself too much in this way. You know? And again, like, it's just so weird. What's your design philosophy for this? What the fuck is this? What is this? This doesn't look like Lord of the Rings. A big tree like this on a cliff, it makes me think of, like, fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Monkey King type martial arts movies. It doesn't make me think about that. You hear about the Joe Con drama? I don't know Joe Con. Is that his actual name, or I'm gonna check it and then we'll see. But so I don't want to dox anybody here. Okay, I think you might have. Did you misspell it? No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about, Ghosty. So, just also, word for it. Don't post any like real names in the chat. So unless it's something, if that's what they go by, you're clever. Joe Con, these nuts. He got me with a these nuts joke. I have to say, Ghosty, that's a clever one. I've not heard that one before. That is, you're on to something. Like, look at this. Look at the difference. This is this. These are elvish, like, I believe these are, like, elvish robes, by the way. I think they get these from the elves, if I remember correctly. But this is, like, look at the difference. What is this? Like, at least, okay, you got the green. You got that. It doesn't really look that, again, doesn't really inspire Lord of the Rings to me. It doesn't really inspire Lord of the Rings. It doesn't make me think of that. This is from Lord of the Rings, apparently. It feels more like a Greek drama than a fucking piece of Tolkien's work. Like, this looks like Lake Town, but I don't know why Lake Town would be involved, since it's all the way in the north, and it's supposed to be a story centered around the south. I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be the broken hilt of the... what is it? The blade of... Oh, what is that blade? I know the name of it. It's... The blade of something or other. Like, it has a name, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It is the sword of something. Hold on. What do they call it? Anduril. Yeah, it's Anduril. Or Anduril. Whatever. Like, it's in Elvish, basically. So the sword was broken once upon a time, and it gets reforged and wielded by the one true king of Gondor. This is Lord of the Rings shit. It's fucking cool. So that's that shit. Why did I start talking about that? Yeah, like, is this supposed to be death? Is that supposed to be similar to that, or what is this supposed to be? It doesn't. It's not even the same design, so it can't be that sword. Oh, these guys! I forgot to talk about these guys. Who the fuck are these guys? These big ass antlers on them. Are they like hunters taking it with them? If so, why are they carrying it on their backs like that? Wouldn't they? Would they have like some kind of sling or sled that they would drag it on so they expend less energy? Because that's got to be heavy. Like, unless they're like using it in some ritual. I don't know. What do you mean, Ghosty? I don't know what you're talking about with that. Oh, this is weird. What the fuck is this? Home of the Rings. How New Zealand made movie history. Okay, that's interesting. He's got like a chair on the bird. That's kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is Lord of the Rings. Them crossing through the mountains. Here's Gandalf. That's Lord of the Rings. Fuck you, people talk about. Like, let's look at this image and see if anything jumps out and feels like Lord of the Rings to us. This doesn't feel like Lord of the Rings. This could be anything. This could be Game of Thrones for all I know. What the fuck is this hilt? Why would your hilt be all pointy like this? You go to grab your sword at your hip real quick, you stab yourself on the fucking hilt of your thing. I'm pretty sure that's the hilt. Like the end cap piece. I don't know, whatever. Like, that doesn't look like Lord of the Rings. That should explore like something in a dune. Wait, is that supposed to be a city? I just realized, is that supposed to be like a city? It is. It's a miniature city. Like, it's not like a city engraved on the side, like down here in the handle. No, it is a full 3D miniature. They couldn't even carve that, you dumb fucks. They wouldn't have the dexterity and the tiniest fucking like tools. They wouldn't have the ability to carve something this small. Look at the size of his hand. You could maybe make broad strokes like these with a tool. You can't carve little stairs and spires and shit. You can try. It's not going to hold up well, though. They wouldn't even be able to do that. Like, this looks like it's more from a Viking thing. This doesn't look like Lord of the Rings. This looks like a Viking show. It's Norse. It's got a horse. It's got, I mean, I guess in Lord of the Rings, it's supposed to be referencing the writers of Rohan, or Rohan. But it just makes me think Norse, which again, the writers of Rohan are kind of Viking in a way. They're kind of in Nordic, like Slavic, or not Slavic, Scandinavian type mythology. But it just feels Nordic entirely. It doesn't even make me think of Rohan. I had to reach to think like, okay, maybe it could be Rohan. I don't know. This, like, okay, I could see cloak here, arrow here. That tells me it's an elf, to be fair. But, like, that makes me think it's an elf. But I've also just seen the picture and I know what it's supposed to be referring to. So this, again, this doesn't tell me anything. This would me think elf druid warrior. Thinks man of the wood, maybe. I don't know. Possibly, like, I don't know why this breastplate looks like this. It doesn't make any sense. It looks like it's even made out of wood. You wouldn't want wooden armor. It's not a good idea. Wood breaks very easily. I mean, this one looks like Lake Town, right? And I only know that because of the collar of this thing. But again, you could mistake this for Game of Thrones very easily. This one, what the fuck is this? What is this stick that he's holding? Is that supposed to be a wizard? Maybe? Is this like a piece of his cloak? Is he like a green wizard? Because I don't remember there being a green wizard. I remember Gandalf saying that, you know, there's Sauron the White, or Saruman the White, the wisest of our order. There are the two blueses, and then there's Radagast the Brown. Like, okay, hold on. Lord of the Rings. Samurai armor is wood because what's a katana gonna do? I mean, yeah, but samurai armor is like based on the idea of layering that, and it's supposed to be anti-slice. But the thing is, an elf in this world would go up against something like an orc or like a guy with a big broadsword, not a guy with a katana trying to slice at his opponent. And it's not even like layered; it's one solid fucking piece. So you get a good crack in that thing, you can't repair it. You know, you can't buff it out like a piece of metal. You can't reforge it. You can't fix it. It's just broken. You know. I mean, like if I look for rings known, let's see, wizard colors. So what are the wizard colors? So there is, I mean, from this at least we can infer, but from what I remember in The Hobbit, like what Gandalf said, we have this kind of stuff. There's Sauron the White, there's Saruman the White, Gandalf the Gray, Radagast the Brown, and then the two blueses, which I assume they're sort of twins, right? They look kind of like that. So maybe this is one of the blue ones, possibly. But again, the fact that I have to fucking guess, if I can't immediately look at your thing and understand it's supposed to be Lord of the Rings, this is what a Lord of the Rings wizard looks like. This is what a Lord of the Rings wizard looks like. Like, I mean, this is more like Warhammer wizard to me. You know, like, you could put them in and it might work, but these look like more like a Warhammer, just the way the coats and everything are hanging and how big this guy's hair is. Not a bad design though. But I mean, this would be Lord of the Rings. These are fit in Dungeons and Dragons too. But I mean, Lord of the Rings in a way is Dungeons and Dragons. It's high fantasy. What do you guys think Dungeons and Dragons like? Tolkien like Dungeons and Dragons and shit. He liked mythology shit like that. There you go. Like here's a wizard. Here's Gandalf the White. Look at him. He's got a stick. He's got a long beard like a wizard. Because if this is supposed to be a wizard, I just realized if this other guy, if we go back. Go back. If we go back to this guy, there's not even a beard, I don't think. Unless you want to count. Are we counting this thing as a beard? No, that's clearly cloth. That's not a beard. Because if it's a beard, damn, he's got some velvety dreads tied into a little goatee going down. But I don't think so. I think it might be a scarf or something that's tied. But even if we count it as a beard, that's not what beards look like. We know what weird wizard beards look like in Lord of the Rings. They're wide. They're usually gray to match the gray hair, and they go like fucking down. They go way down. They're either trimmed all the way up here or they go way down here. There's like no in between, dude. There's no in between. So yeah, that's just some shit that's been annoying me. It's been pissing me off. I mean, we talked about the quantum stuff for a bit. You know, that's part of it. We talked about this sort of like not respecting the source material. I mean, you want to look at a perfect example. We have Ghostbusters 2016, boys. Ghostbusters 2016, the all-female reboot nonsense that spit on everything that the original Ghostbusters set out to do. And then we have Ghostbusters Afterlife, that actually is respectful to the source material, that continues the story organically and is everything you want in a Ghostbuster story. Now, there were still some iffy parts in the movie but I'm like that with every movie. There's always iffy parts to me that I feel like could have been rewritten and could have been better, or that I, as a director, may have changed or may have, you know, done it differently. But that's just my personal take and what I think. But those things, like I say, Ghostbusters Afterlife is great. When I say something's great, I don't mean it's like a 10 out of 10. I don't mean it's like perfect. Unless I say the word perfect is perfect to me. But great to me is like, you know, anywhere from 8 to 10, 8 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. 8, 9, or 10. It's like, that's great to me. And if I say your product is great, that means that I find very few faults in it. And the few faults I do find are so minor that I don't even really notice them unless I really think about it very hard. You know? But it's just like, this is how you do it. This is how you pay homage to the source material. Another great one, right? Judge Dredd versus Dredd. So we have two versions of Judge Dredd that happened, right? We have the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd from back in the day, more of a comedy, a little wackier, you know, but still is intense, has its own action bits. I'm not gonna blow that image up because YouTube might get mad at me for his cod piece that he wears. It's so funny. Just the look of it. But I mean, look at this outfit. You can tell it's a little more lighthearted. It's a little more goofy. But like Sylvester Stallone plays with that in the script, and he works it really well. Well, he doesn't play with the cod piece. He plays like with the goofiness of the character, let's say, and how like absurd it is. But this is Judge Dredd here, and then here's Dredd 3D, right? So Dredd with Kurt Urban, or Carl Urban. Is it Kurt? It's Carl Urban. Yes. I Carl Urban. Yeah, it's Carl Urban. Um, so Carl Urban played a version of Dread, and his was way more intense and way more cyberpunk and way more badass, you know. But both are very valid because both are pulling from the same source material and they're respecting the source material enough to not completely alter it and fuck it up. They're just some versions of something. You know, RoboCop. We want to talk about RoboCop versus RoboCop 2014, right? We had the same thing happen to RoboCop. And, you know, sometimes these reboots are bad, but the original RoboCop is not ruined by the existence of RoboCop 2014. I don't feel ill when I look at RoboCop 2014. I find it to be a fine, modern take on the character. There are, again, some iffy parts of it that I might have done differently, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with either version. They're just fine movies to watch that captures the current time period of what we think of law enforcement and robots and that kind of stuff and man versus machine, you know? Whereas in the previous one, it they didn't reveal Murphy's face until way later, right? And when his face was ripped off. In this one, he can take it on and off at will. They were trying to merge man and machine more, and they were trying to keep him more as a man rather than a machine. This looks fucking great, by the way. The silver here, he actually gets the. This isn't the full upgrade. This is from the beginning, but in the end, he actually gets a really cool. He gets a great throwback to the original because most of it it's trying to be this sleek modern version, which still looks great. It looks a little more Tron than RoboCop, but it still looks fine. Oh, this is cool. RoboCop versus RoboCable. Wait, what is RoboCable? Wait, what is this? RoboCable? What is RoboCable? Is it? How have I never heard of this? I love RoboCop. How have I never heard of this? Dude, what? It's like a is it like a copy of RoboCop? Like it's like somebody tried to make their own RoboCop or they cloned him and made a different RoboCop? I don't know. That's cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. But the thing I was trying to point to was go back. I clicked on too many images. Go back. I was just trying to look for RoboCop 2014, classic suit. Like in the end, he gets the original suit. Let's see. Ending suit. Yeah. So this is like the ending scene. I'm gonna play it a bit, but I'm gonna mute it. Obviously, gonna keep it muted because we know YouTube. But I mean, this is a really fun like ending to the movie. Yeah, it's a little morbid. I'm gonna skip past that. I'm gonna skip past that because I know they have a problem with stuff like that. So YouTube, he's fine. It's part of the movie. The character is fine. It's all CGI. It's not gruesome, gory bullshit. Yeah, so this is like the end scene, right? Where, we get a reveal of the new RoboCop, like the RoboCop. So this is like more the classic suit. And like that's kind of the thing. Is he gets they take him off, they get rid of the black armor and they give him a new body that's like the old RoboCop or the original, let's say. The original version that people know, which is the they're not in the same universe. So when I say original, I mean the original movie RoboCop. Yeah, you can see I love this shine on it, this purple kind of shine in the metal. I always like that sort of chroma effect to it. But yeah, both of these movies are fine because they respect the source material. They get to both do their own thing. RoboCop being in the 80s, it's a little cheesier, it's a little campier. It's still intense, it's still crazy, but it's like part man, part machine, all cop, like RoboCop. It's like got the 80s flair to it, you know? Crime has a new enemy, RoboCop, like 2014. Okay, a couple decades later, we update the look, we update, thing, but they kept the same story. They kept the same characters. They added characters for the new RoboCop. He had a brand new antagonist. Instead of fighting the corporation, he kind of was still fighting the corporation, but instead of fighting a middleman at the corporation that was corrupt, he was fighting the head guy that was corrupt in RoboCop 2014. The head guy was corrupt and paying off the cops and doing all the shady, illegal, immoral shit. But that is how you do it right, boys. That's how you do it. You do not invent characters for the sake of having representation. If you want diversity, it has to be natural. There has to be a reason for the character to exist. And here's a tip for writers. All right, if anybody is a writer that's looking at this, here's something I follow that you might want to follow as well. When you write a character, do not even consider their race. Their gender, maybe, because gender can inform the visual design of the character. If you're doing like a comic book or something, that's gonna depend on what your character comes out looking like, right? But that's an iterative process to begin with. So start with male or female or other, insert whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with the gender. To me, don't I haven't really dabbled too much in transgender characters or anything like that. I kind of just stick to the male and female thing. And not because I don't want trans characters, that I'm not really versed on the subject, and I don't want to try to represent that certain kind of character until I know more about that kind of thing. But to my characters, I'll give them a name. I'll give them an age, an arbitrary age. Maybe it'll go higher or lower later, but I'll just be like roughly what age are they? Are they 16? Are they 25? Are they 30? Are they 40? Are they 50? Are they an old man? This is the first thing you do. You select for them an age, a name. I usually start with the name, and then comes the age, the gender, and then and then just their traits as a person. Are they good? Are they bad? Are like what kind of good? What kind of bad? Like, because bad for the sake of bad, or bad for the sake of existence, for survival? Do they do bad things just to get ahead? Or are they doing bad things because they're a psycho and they like to do bad things and hurt people? Are they indifferent to suffering, or do they like to cause suffering, or do they want to save people from suffering if they're a hero? Or is saving people just a side effect to them, right? Like Dredd, like the character of Dredd or RoboCop, saving people isn't really their main priority. Stopping crime is. That's a trait of the character, and it has nothing to do with their skin color. They could have made RoboCop black in the new one if they wanted to. They could have cast Jamie Foxx even. Jamie Foxx, great actor. They could have put Jamie Foxx in RoboCop's suit, and it still would have worked because he would have had the same family and everything. All you'd have to do, make him black instead of white. There you go. Simple as that. And there you go. Like, there you get representation, you get a cool character, cool story. But for writing, guys, for tips like how to start writing a character, don't consider their sexual orientation. Don't consider their race. Don't consider these things until you have laid the foundation of what is their name, what is their gender, what is their age group, and what are their personality traits? What kind of person are they? Because those are your foundation, right? You lay all that out, and then later you get to add, oh, well, what if he's like, what if he's old, but he's also, you know, gay or whatever, right? Like, what if he's this certain sexuality, so he belongs to this certain type of, that affects his relationship. So now we start talking about, well, if he's this old but this, then maybe he experienced this. Maybe he would interact with this. And then you start looking up certain historical events you could tie the character to. Like, well, what area is your setting in? Where has this character been in their life? This is the building blocks of character. This is the shit that Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. I'm not calling it Lord of the Rings, by the way. I'm just Amazon's Rings of Power. It is not allowed to associate itself with Tolkien. Fuck that shit. You do not get to claim the title Lord of the Rings at all. Okay? Rings of Power. Amazon's Rings of Power fucking Tolkien off-brand ripoff. That's what it is. But that's what the guys that do Rings of Power, they don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about character design. They don't give a shit about characters' backstories or world building. Guys at Star Wars, they don't fucking care either. They just shoved Reva in the show to be a diversity hire. Yeah, I said it. It's the truth. It's okay for that to be the truth. You don't have to be mad at me. Be mad at the truth. Be mad that they put her in there like that and they intentionally fucked up her character because they wanted it all about the representation of the message and they didn't care about the story or how her character would be perceived. Like, I've already proven that you can make a black character in Star Wars of that a Sith Inquisitor, a female black character, and it still works. Respawn did it with Jedi Fallen Order. But these guys don't care. The companies don't care. They don't care about your IP. They don't care about your fandom. They don't care about the loyalty of the fans and how we like the original thing for the way it is. And that's not to say you can't change it. If something's not working visually, you can change it. I personally think the new RoboCop in the black armor looks cooler than the old RoboCop, but both are still solid designs. I prefer the newer one just because it's flashier and cleaner, just like I do with Dread. I prefer the newer Dread just because it's flashier and cleaner. But I won't throw out the old design. The old design, I will respect it equally because they're both decent designs for what the message was trying to portray. It was trying to convey something. And, that's what it is. That's my entire thoughts on this. I finally got to get it out. I've been going back and forth with people on Twitter about this. I've been all over YouTube watching videos about this, and it's like I've had it all on me, and now I finally got to get it off my chest, and I got to talk about it at length and explain myself. And God, that feels good. It's therapeutic, when you finally get something off your chest like that. It's like, now I can move on to something else, and not that I'll stop thinking about it. Obviously, I'm passionate about it, but it's just a relief to know that now people understand my thoughts and they're out there in the cosmos, in the public space we call the internet. So, with that concluded, I need to get to bed because it's about 6 in the morning. Yeah, I cuckoo. I'm insane in the membrane for doing this, but I felt like streaming it, and I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time too. We clowned on some guy making bad arguments about Quantum TV. We had some fun with that drama. We did that, and you know what? I think the guy's a grifter anyway, but I think Quantum TV's an idiot. So either a grifter, idiot, whatever you want to call it, like. I issue the challenge to both of them. Come on my show, explain yourself. We'll have, my show. I don't have a show, but come on to one of my live streams. We'll hang out, we'll talk. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll let you explain yourself. We'll have a discussion, we'll have a debate, and we'll hash some things out. Maybe we both walk away with a better perspective on things, and I can maybe understand your point better. You can understand my points better if we talk face to face in real time. Quantum, you want to tell your side of the story? I'm right here, bud. Right here. You want to keep acting like a punk bitch? You want to keep taking pot shots at Ackman on your second channel? I'm going to keep talking about it, bud. Keep it up. Keep it up. Mr. Sen. Mr. Sen, Mr. Sen, however you want to say it. Like, I don't know the pronunciation, so I'm just going with Mr. Sen. That's what it looks like to me. Buddy, if you want to come on here and talk about it, we can talk about it. Want to talk about it? We'll talk about it. I'll give you a platform. I'll give you the time of day. We'll talk about it. I'll let you explain yourself. Until then, you look like a grifting piece of shit that just wants to. That's grifters get a grift, man. Your entire channel is drama bullshit. That's all it is. That's all you exist on. You don't I ain't seeing anything original content from you. I ain't seeing that. Maybe it's there. Maybe you can explain it to me, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it there. But again, you can come on. We'll set up a time on Twitter, comment on YouTube. You can at me on Twitter. You can DM me on Twitter. My DMs are always open to anybody. They're always open to anybody. Now, Twitter can get kind of fucky with the message request thing because I have to manually check it to see if something's in because it doesn't alert me that there's a message request, which is really stupid. But, I'll check it. If y'all drop me a line, we'll set something up. We'll talk about it, and I'll keep it as civil as I can, man. That's my promise. I'll try and keep it civil as I can. The only reason I call Quantum, the only reason I call you an idiot and a moron and a little punk bitch is because I see that from your behavior. That's what I see. So, you want to clear the air? You want to clarify your thoughts? There you go. Same thing with Mr. Sen, man. I see a grifter. I see a drama YouTuber. That's all I see from you. That's all I believe you are. So if that's what I think you are, that's what I'm going to say you are, because that's my perspective on you. You want to change it up? I'm right here. Either one of you want to come on? Help! Both of you come on at the same time. We'll have a round table. We'll talk about it. But I mean, speaking of which, let's check on the situation. Just to recap, if anything happened, because sometimes things happen overnight during stream. That's happened sometimes. I doubt it because I stream so late, but you know, that's just Star Wars drama. I don't get in the middle of that. Let's see, did Ackman say anything while I was doing this? Nah, he going to bed probably. Team YouTube, they say anything? They posted anything? Ooh. YouTube creators, they say anything? They post anything? No. YouTube itself? No, I don't see anything new. Okay. Alright. We'll check back in with Quantum and such. We'll see if he's got anything new happening. I mean, he's got his Jurassic World review. We saw that already. Check in with Ackman's channel. See if there's anything new on there. Again, these things, they might be around. We want to check for them. That's just the same meme again. So nothing stellar there. Nothing happening there. Nothing new in the community tab here, but look at Controversial Truth. We'll check that out. Oh, he's actually jumping some subscribers. He must be getting like a boost from somebody. But no, nothing new. Nothing new. We got all the same stuff. Yeah. Oh, actually, one thing we could check. We could check mrSEN again. Because I think he finished his... Yeah, I'm sure he's finished his live stream by now, but... We'll see. Or is he still streaming? No, it says 3:38, so it's got a timestamp on it, which means he's probably not streaming. But... Let's see. Did he do anything? Like... Did he bring up anything important? We start sharing by showing the Ackman being a dum-dum, and then we have Willie Mack show call in to talk about said Ackman. I mean... Who the fuck is Willie Mack show? I don't even know who you... Bro, you have a, like half your stream. 2.5 hours. It took 2.5 hours to get to Willie Mac. Damn, 2.5 hours you just going after. I mean, my stream is kind of long, but I jump around topics. I don't really like. I say with like one thing for a bit, and then I'll go over something like 2.5. That's crazy. I believe many man support are beautiful, smart persons who want to make better change. I know he called you out, but you need to chill. Don't insult people being stupid. Everyone has their good talent. Don't be like Quantum. Lying isn't calling out. Look, Ackman didn't lie about you, bro. He showed people your shit. Let's see. Well, that's a surprise for Willie Mack. Okay, I guess Willie Mack doesn't show up on the shit regularly. God, this is your content? Okay, no, he at least shows a screen. Good, he will show a screen of stuff. Oh, that's Critical Drinker. I don't want to... That's skip to it. News media is all this. God, he's salty over the comment of it. Yeah. I mean, I will say this, mrSEN, or mrSEN, whatever, like, my brain's fried. Apologies. You know, mrSEN, like, God, he's watching other people's streams while he's, like, I'm looking back at his stream, but, like, I could have easily looked at your shit while you were live, bro. Like, again, that's grifter shit. That he's watching Augie, and Augie's talking to him, but I think Augie's is, like, played back as well. But, like, still, he's just, like, looking at all this shit, and then more people are jumping in, and they're looking at that video, and he's just kind of, like, circle jerking himself, really. That's what it looks like. Again, I could be wrong. You know, I don't have the audio on for any of this, because I don't have another fucking 4 hours to sit here and listen to you, but 4 hours for you to bitch about the same thing? I mean, when you got absolutely clowned on by me, by Ackman, by... I'm sure other people are going to pick this up and absolutely clown on you. But here we are. And let's see, what was that quote he was showing there a second ago from Twitter? He was showing some screenshot. And I don't know. Can't seem to find it now. I kind of like scrubbed past it. Can't seem to find it. Oh well. But I mean, yeah, mrSEN, you want to come on here and talk about some stuff, clarify some stuff? I mean, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told Quantum though in my last stream. Like, if you make a video about me before you come and talk to me, that proves exactly the kind of person you are. That, like, I've offered to talk to you in real time, live, you know, there you go. I've offered to talk to you. If you make a video trying to, like, dunk on me before you, like, come and talk to me first, that's just going to prove the clown that I have been referring to you as. Like, you are going to prove that you're a fucking joke. So... that's what it's gonna look like, man. Them's the breaks, kid. Them's the breaks. But we're done with that. We're gonna go. We're gonna do whatever. Obviously, go support Ackman, Justice for Ackman, all that shit. You guys know, I'll keep up with it. I don't know if I'm gonna stream every single day, but I'll see. I just felt like doing this tonight, and now it's 6 in the morning, so tonight has become morning. So good morning, like we're here. Oh my god. Yeah, no, we're just like what the hell? So crazy. Review Tech's got one actually on J Station. I mean, we've already been over that, so I don't think we need to watch that. But he's talking about like desperate clout chasing. Yeah, I mean J Station's take on it. He has a really nice setup, by the way. Like Review Tech, he's got a cool setup. I like Review Tech setup. It's like the way he like maybe not the whole setup. Like I don't know what his desk setup is. I don't know if this is like his full desk setup, but just the 2 monitors in the back, the blacked out shade, like mics here, got a bunch of birds hanging out, which is always fun. I like when people have like props hanging around. It's kind of fun. Yeah, we don't need to look at that though, because that's whatever. Is that Subaru? What's Subaru talking about? Ducks can change genders. Okay, good meme. Why isn't it possible? I love the "why isn't it possible" memes. Those are fun. I'm just scrolling my like suggested videos at this point. Oh, oh, why is there a long Markiplier? Oh, why is there a big long Markiplier that's like skewed? It might be one of those like forced perspective pieces where like it looks fine, but then at a certain angle it looks worse. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It is like somebody drew it in such a way to like to activate the foreshortening and make it look correct. You have to like tilt it at a certain angle. That looks fun. A lot of these just algorithm shit. But yeah, no, we're done. We're done. I mean that's I got that off my chest, so I probably won't be talking about that anymore. The whole diversity like higher thing, the whole like representation, character building, world building type stuff. I mean, I might bring it up here or there, but like a dedicated like 2 hours of it or an hour and a half, hour long I just talked about it. That was like me getting it all out. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, next stream we'll probably be going over more. We'll probably recapping. We're on Actman YouTube watch. We're keeping an eye on it. So we'll probably mention it. We'll at least mention it. So if there's not that much on it happening, then maybe we'll next stream actually get to doing something else other than recapping all this stuff and talking about it. But yeah, no, I mean we could even have a stream where I break down some of my character designs. That could be kind of fun. Again, I have a lot of ideas for streams, but I could stream. I've been looking forward to streaming like Tomb Raider and stuff, so that could be fun to go back to that and get back to the gaming stuff, which is fun. But yeah, no, that's it. That's it for the stream. A lot shorter than the other ones, just because it's 6 in the fucking morning, so I gotta go to bed. My shoulders are like cramping a bit. But yeah, no, that's it for the stream. I want to thank Ghosty and Fudge for stopping by. You guys are great. You're welcome to hang out, welcome to subscribe, all that shit. Justice for Ackman, YouTube, do the right thing, fix this shit. Because if you don't fix this shit, the media is gonna pick it up, and you know what happened last time. The last time this shit went viral on traditional media, the apocalypse hit, and that was not good for you, YouTube, and it wasn't good for us either. Nobody won. You looked like fucking clowns. You look like clowns again. Take off the fucking clown shoes, YouTube. We know they're not super glued to your feet. You're putting them back on. Stop putting the clown shoes on, man. Anyway, that's it for the stream. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, do the usual. Like, subscribe, check out the streams. See you guys in the next video. Reaper the Rager, signing off.